Hello, guys, and welcome back to. I definitely remembered to make the game ready and didn't forget or anything. I would never.
This is Inaba Police Department. Open up.
This is the bullshit type. Police.
I cannot type anymore.
Good job. Which one of these is it? Is music coming out of it?
Oh my god, me! Oh, why did I didn't bounce, what the hell?
Start playing audio again, game.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I hear it. Oh, yeah, the thing.
On the stream, do you hear it on the...
Let me see. Yeah.
I'm doing that so you can hear it.
Yeah, I was confused for a moment. I was like,
Just to make sure, because the music just like... Dun! And then waits 5 minutes. Dun! You know? Like, I like this intro,
what a
but let's be real.
And the Emmy goes to...
Anyway, we're going back to the cursed mansion. My voice is fucked, so we're not gonna go for
I wonder why.
Because I'm sick, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Did not stop you, Mina. Did not stop you.
Shh. We don't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, I just wanted to see what we were doing last time and stuff like that. Just wanted to catch up. We just finished the lie door. Now we're at the real last door, question mark. Who knows? It had been several days since I left the capital, and I could still see it when I closed my eyes. The people lined up on the Grand Pond awaiting entry, eager to start a new life there, bringing with hope. It was a city where people were willing to pay high taxes to live in. If you were a performer, you could get some of those costs shaved down a bit by putting those skills to use. The capital was harsh on those who wanted in, and apathetic about all who left. It was composed of a powerful nobility and clergy, wealthy merchants and bankers, and a large population of poor. It was the city I'd called home for a long time. I didn't know much about where I was heading. It's getting foggy. Looks like it might rain.
What the fog?
What the fog? What the fog? Sorry. Maybe we should take a little break. You want to keep going? Oh, alright then. The coachman was frustratingly taciturn. He acted as though he has gotten stuck transporting a prisoner. Though that was hardly a stretch. From his point of view, I was nothing more than a criminal. Even the times he would acknowledge I'd said anything, he made no effort to hide the scorn in his eyes. To pretend he didn't regret ever taking this job, and I would just fall silent again. The road was gradually getting narrower. We had long since left the paved city roads behind, and were now traveling along a couple worn-down grooves in the forest. How did I end up here? Why was I being subjected to this? I was done thinking about it. The more I thought on it, the less fair it seemed. The more I remembered, the worse it hurt. All I could do anymore was close my eyes and weather the storm. Deep within the dense woods, a mansion appeared before us like the world fading into view after a dream. It didn't seem to be an especially large house, but it had obviously been constructed with a great deal of care, and it was thankfully not standing in ruins. This deep in the forest? The carriage came to a stop and the coachman climbed down, signaling with his chin for me to get out. Thank you very much. You must be tired after such a long journey. Is this the mansion I am looking for, yes? But the driver didn't even acknowledge me, getting back onto the carriage and setting out into the forest. He seems to want to get as far away from here as quickly as possible. He could have said something. Oh well. That was about all I could say anyway. Oh well. I couldn't blame anyone for my being here, or for his wanting to get out. I should get going, I guess. We're getting going. Getting a better look at it. The house's windows were, strangely enough, all shuttered. It was probably dark as pitch inside. Does no one live here? But if that's the case, then why was I placed my hand on the front door. Such a big door. What if I couldn't get in? I had no idea what else there was in the area. If the door didn't open, then I would die out here in the forest. I've come to accept much, but I was not ready to forfeit my life yet. Please open. It's not locked, I guess. The door was heavy, and though it seemed to protest my attempts to enter, it still opened much easier than I was expecting. I was worried over nothing. Looking in, I got the strangest impression that light was being swallowed up into the mansion's depths. Rather than going inside, it felt as though I was about to step outside the boundaries of this world. When I closed the door, it was so dark I couldn't even tell where I was walking. I wonder if the window's open. Though I managed to fumble my way over to a window, it was tightly shuttered, and the shutters caked with rust. I was probably not getting it open without a fight. Darn, not a hint of light. I couldn't even see my hand waving in front of my face. It felt as though the floor would fall out from under me, and I would sink into eternal darkness if I didn't watch my step. Fighting back that fear, I slowly walked forward, tracing the wall with my hand. There was a door at the end of the long corridor. I pulled it open and a wisp of bone-chilling air brushed past me. Boop. Boop.
Yep.
Boop. It do be very dark. Look at this darkness.
Within darkness.
Indeed. Oh, how
I
are you
can't
falling?
see. Yeah, I'm just schmoving.
No, you're gone.
I'm schmoving.
You're schmoving into the goddamn corner.
Milk.
Fuck. Yeah. Sorry. You can't
No.
schmoove.
I can.
It was too dark to see anything, but I could feel something different present in this area than the rest of the house. Uneasiness gripped me. Hello? Is anyone there? Please don't tell me it's actually abandoned. I suppose I can know without looking around a bit more. My voice simply disappeared into the void. No response. As I pushed forward through the freezing air, for a split second I spotted a shimmer of light. Squinting my eyes, I was able to make out a large window. Unlike the others, it wasn't shuttered. What do we have here? Drapes? I see a little light beyond. My chances were slim, I imagined, but if there was even a slight possibility of getting some light in here, it was worth a shot. So I pulled open the drapes. The next moment, faint but colorful light shone down on me. It was a stained glass window. From beyond the glass, I could hear the subtle pitter-patter of rain. It had finally started, it seemed. The different colors of light blended into a milky white, dim but wondrous. It's so pretty. Looks like an angel? How would someone cover it up? It's beautiful. With a little more light, it'd be. Please do not touch the drapes. How many times do I need to tell you? Fucking hell? Or the windows?
Hell.
Suddenly I heard a voice, and I could sense someone else in the room. The man's voice was emotionless, neither deep nor high. Before long, he came into view, illuminated by a dull orange candlelight. There's Boy. I'm sorry for coming in uninvited, but, I did announce myself. The man stood there, practically blending in with the darkness. Had he been there the whole time? He was staring straight at me. His gaze wavered slightly, but not enough for me to read anything in it. And again, I could hardly make out any detail at all under the light of a single candle. Is this, your mansion? It is. Thank goodness, I was afraid it was deserted. I suspect you would have preferred it if the house were abandoned. Oh, not at all. I'd be scared to death staying in this dark mansion all by myself. Ah, I'm sorry. No ill will intended. But I do think it could do with some light. That way you could see where you were walking. And I'm sure this room would look splendid illuminated. Not necessary. I make do perfectly well as things are. How can you see when it's so dark? Your eyes get used to it, bro.
No. I blink a lot.
Oh my god, it's like, how do you see in this darkness? That's the fun part, I don't. I just vibe. It's a miracle I'm not dead yet.
Echolocation.
Night vision goggles, he takes them out of his pocket.
Oh, so you use sounds to hear it? No, I just run into stuff and then I remember it's there.
Echolocation, but just normal location. Echolocation, but it's the echo of your screams as you run into it.
Echolocation, but it's a Philips flashlight.
No, echolocation, but it's the screams of when you stub your toe.
Oh yeah.
I have an abundance of candles and oil for lamps. I'm not in want of means of creating light. It is not your place to criticize my lifestyle. Oof!
If for some reason you lose your freaking small toe, right? You just I cannot see.
Ah! If you need light, you are free to leave. If you're in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture. There's a village not far from here. Trade it for food, then make your way to a larger town. I'm no longer able to freely return to the city. I cannot go back there. Please don't chase me out. I see. Do you ask this of me aware of how people refer to this mansion? They say that a witch lives here. Not merely a witch. A cursed witch. If you remain here, you too shall likely suffer your own destruction. You're worried for my well-being? Witch or not, my mind is made up. I was sent to this cursed witch's mansion to atone for my transgressions back in the city. It didn't matter what lived here. I had no choice. Which will strike you first, I wonder? Regret or the curse? You seem to be doing just fine. It's only a tale. The witch is real, very much so. It is not a legend, nor a fairy tale. The witch. The witch's name was Morgana.
Got to
It's
sleep.
me. I bewitch.
I'm not a witch.
Yes. That was our first encounter. It was nothing flowery or dramatic. It do be very undramatic. Imagine your first meeting with your boyfriend was like, oh yeah, he told me not to touch the drapes.
It was fun.
Second base, but it's actually just being allowed to touch the drapes of the mansion.
You tried the drapes of the mansion, Michal asked calmly.
Bro. We are ruining this game.
No, we are?
Kinda, yes.
Okay, disclaimer, we are having fun with this game. It's great.
Yeah. I'm just ruining it. Oh, there you go again. What's gonna happen?
I'm going to drop.
Oh, you're gonna.
Oh,
no.
no.
Wait. Oh, wait. Wait. Come on.
Mina, remember, you see ahead of me.
I know. It was so
Oh
close.
no. Oh
It was
no.
so. You got.
Oh wow, it was close.
Yeah, you got so close.
Wow. That's a refund territory. If this was
Yeah.
UFO catcher.
Well, thankfully it's not. It was rather laced with suspicion and wariness. Doop doop. We knew nothing about one another, and I had no interest in changing that. But nonetheless, that was where it all began, where my history with her commenced. The woman had jade eyes.
New phone, who this?
Who dis? Open wide, they glimmered like jewels in the light shining through the stained glass window. She seemed to be at a loss for words. I wasn't lying, per se. The rumors said a witch lived in this house, and I was the only one who filled that criteria. Thus, said rumors could be interpreted to be talking about me. After staring at me dumbfounded for a few moments, the woman suddenly burst into laughter. Oh, wow. I was thinking you were kind of scary, but it turns out you're actually quite funny. What?
I'm funny.
I never would have guessed you were someone to tell such a ridiculous joke with a straight face. I wasn't... You don't look at all like a witch. I mean, it's dark and I can't really see. But you seem to me like a rather handsome man.
Okay, I'm just going to say, like, seeing her expression makes me kind of weird simply because it's like...
It's like the blank-faced maid has been like...
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, oh my god, she's a person! The word witch.
What?
The word witch has broader meaning than just a woman who practices magic. Any unholy person with cursed powers, man or woman, can be considered a witch.
Yeah, so toads known as the Witchers.
I think I get what you're trying to say, but my mental image of a witch is definitely more a woman. So you're not a witch? To tell you the truth, I didn't know who might be here, which had me rather scared. But I think I can make this work. What are you... It's a pleasure to meet you, Master. Master? I was sent here from your old home. Oh, okay. It was an Abigail for your mother, but, well, I might have made a little goof. I froze the moment the word left her mouth. Home. It rattled around in my skull, shaking up terrible memories that almost brought me to my knees. Why, after all these years, were they reaching out to me now? And not even sending someone to bring me back. Just sending someone. To what end? For what purpose had they shipped an Abigail to out to this remote mansion?
Gasp.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to check what does an Abigail do?
Oh, we know. I cannot believe.
What if I go to Wiki?
Mina, I cannot believe Mina.
I'm sorry. Oh, here we go.
Look at the stream.
Yeah? You did it! Ah! Sorry.
At the center too.
Yeah.
Cozy.
Abigail, there we go. A waiting maid? A lady's maid. Okay. So it's basically just a maid who served under a lady. That's what it says. Yeah.
That was named Abigail.
That's what an Abigail is. Like as a role.
This is my role.
What was my mother thinking? Was this another one of her attempts to break my curse? What do you mean you made a little goof? My voice came out weak. I did my best not to let it show on my face. It was a teeny tiny mistake. Nothing you need to concern yourself with. I just killed a guy, you know? What did mother say about me? Can I take screenshots now? Yeah! Sorry. My screenshot button works again. It wasn't working last time we played, so I'm like, yes. Well, it was actually your father who told me to come here. She looks so cute, though. Wow, what a cutie. I never really spoke to your mother much. Father sent you? That made even less sense. Why would he have... Did father even know I was here? No, if he had known, I would have been... Who was this woman? And what was her goal in asking to stay here? Well, there you have it. I'll be here for a while.
Free real estate.
If you need me for anything, do not hesitate to ask. I'm confident I can handle most everyday tasks. Now, where should I begin? Oh, I know. Are you hungry, Master? Food. Can't imagine you eat much, being as skinny as you are. I turned my back on her without responding. No matter what her goal was, she had been sent from that house. There was no way anything good could come of that, and there was no way I could live with someone who had ties to them. I prayed she would take the hint to give up and leave. Master. And so I kept ignoring her. Master! Master! I ignored... Master!
Master!
I ignored her. Master! What would you like for supper?
Why are you
Nothing! But failed, spinning back and shouting. Ah, it's so good! Pester them with annoyance, that'll work.
Hey, listen!
Her eyes went wide, then she gave a sheepish giggle. I glared at her as she fidgeted uncomfortably. Eating is one of the most basic human needs, so if you're hungry, you should really eat. I said I didn't want... I heard that. What's that sound? Must you ask? That's a very polite thing to ask a lady, you know? Huh? You know... It was a long trip, and all I had to eat on the road was dried fruit. I felt like I was some kind of animal. So, what I'm trying to say is that I'm hungry. That wasn't the sound of her stomach growling, was it? I thought lightning had struck in the distance. And we'll like some supper. The kitchen is at the far end of the hall on the first floor. There's food in the cellar. Help yourself to any of it. Thank you so much. I also feel like I haven't eaten in days and I'm about to die of starvation. Oh, and I shouldn't need any help finding it. I plan on exploring the house anyway. And it's rather exciting being in a new place. Ugh. Damn it. That did not go as planned. Oh well. She can do as she pleases. I'll have nothing to do with it. I'm out! Oh, Master, are you sure you don't... No. Master? Master? What is it now? My name is Giselle. It's a pleasure to meet you. And your name, Master... Oh, Master, you... I actually left the room that time, making my way back to my chambers. Bye!
Be an ass and leave.
Be an ass and leave! Oh no! I had a dog bite on my arm, that's why it's so itchy!
Don't scratch it!
I'm scratching around it.
No!
Yes. I'm not touching it, just scratching next to it. At some point, I would seriously have to chase her out. Especially considering she had come from that house. But regardless, I was not terribly fond of her. I can't survive otherwise. Leave me alone and let me
You can.
Scratching my arm.
No, it's going to be worse.
I don't want to itchy scratching my arm.
That's how it works. It will make it worse.
I didn't really understand Michelle. But that was probably because we were still essentially strangers. Having been sent to the mansion as a reparation for my mistakes, I wasn't sure who I might find here. But I was tentatively convinced that he wasn't a terrible person. He didn't do anything to me except stay away. Michelle spent most of her time in his chambers, which he had told me to never enter under any circumstances, so we rarely encountered one another in the halls. For that reason, I made an effort to be kind and cheerful on the sporadic occasions we did cross paths. I figured if I kept that up long enough, he would eventually warm up to me. And as new housemates, being able to enjoy our time together was obviously preferable to the alternative. If I did manage to break the ice, I hope we would be able to do some talking. About the mansion, about him, about me. I just had to keep working at it. Michelle didn't need me to take care of him. He handled his own day-to-day needs and activities by himself. And in fact, he didn't ask me for anything. An aristocrat who had no use for his servant. I hadn't met anyone like him before. Alright then. I meant about all I could do was clean. I wasn't sure how his room looked, but the rest of the house was, quite frankly, an absolute disaster. A complete doodle. The dust was so heavy it was obvious it hadn't been touched in years. Let's get started. It couldn't be healthy to live in these conditions, so I set out to clean each room of the house one by one. That said, it wasn't going to be an easy task. Not because I was bad at cleaning. In fact, I considered myself quite good at it. But because it was near impossible to find all the dust and grime that needed cleaning under the flickering light of a candle. I can't understand how anyone sane can live in this dark. What's wrong with him? Maybe he's actually a vampire.
Maybe he's a vampire.
Wouldn't that be something? I can see it now. Him sneaking out every night to suck the blood of pretty girls. Priceless. He's funny. Ah! That means I'm in trouble. Look at me, Miss One-Woman Comedy Show here. Yep. I love her. If I am able to get him to warm up to me, though, maybe that'll give me a little more room to make some changes. Like opening some windows. No light, no fresh air. No thank you. Anyway, I set the candlestick down, pulled over a chair to stand on, and started wiping down the shelf. The chair's legs seemed to be uneven as it wobbled slightly beneath me. So many books. I wonder, do they all belong to him? The new parchment was expensive, so it was rather astonishing seeing this many stacks of it in one place. No more lies. No more red text. Good. There were even some books with bulky, extravagantly decorated covers. He does come from an esteemed family. I'd spent enough time at his family's home. It was a constant bustle of servants and guests, the exact opposite of what this mansion was like. Yeah. Why had he left his home? He didn't like it. What had he done to be sent all the way out here to this remote mansion with a less than savory reputation? I need to be careful not to overstep my bounds. I am a servant now. A servant. But once the thought had crossed my mind, I couldn't get it out. I'd always had a bad tendency to chase my curiosities as soon as they struck, pushing to scratch the itch no matter how much my actions annoyed others. I couldn't do that here, though. I was simply a servant, and if I got on Michelle's bad side, I was getting thrown out. I wonder what kind of books he's got in here. So I attempted to distract myself. I grabbed one of the books and attempted to pull it out. What? The strings binding the parchment must have gotten tangled at the back. Whoa, whoa! Because the books on either side tilted back with it. Ah! And then the entire row came crashing down on top of me.
Oh no.
Ah, owie, owie. Oh, for cripe's sake! I'd fallen off the chair and a downpour of books was still coming down on me. How many? A mountain of dust with it. How many books can fall on a girl?
Whole legs.
Watch later to find out. Seriously? What are you doing? What?
I still have a candle.
Still have a candle. What up?
I'm lit.
I'm lit. Suddenly Michelle was there, looking down on me from a little ways away. There was as usual not much I could read from his expression, but I could hear a vague trace of exasperation in his voice. I was doing some cleaning and impressive work. Shut up! I'm usually better than this. It's just so dark. Mistakes should be expected. I really think we should open some windows, Master. Get some light, some air flowing through here. I never asked you to clean anything. You did this entirely yourself. But there's so much dust! It can't be good for you. I'm perfectly healthy. I don't see the problem. Had he even seen himself? Does this guy see himself? Actually. No way someone that skinny was perfectly healthy. You look like you have something to say. Yeah, then you're a liar! You can make out my face in this darkness? Oh, you know. I want it to be useful, and cleaning is about all I can do here, so, you know. I was sensing something else, but alright. He let out a sigh, stepped over toward the pile of books, and then reached his hand down for me. Ah! I suddenly felt a pang of embarrassment about the fact that I was still splayed out on the floor, but I raised my hand up to take his, only for him to pick up a book instead. You could at least help me up! You have legs, he said, casually returning the book to the top shelf. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he was a terrible person. So, Master, are all these books yours? Giselle asked, not a trace of remorse visible on her face, despite having made a mess of the room she was supposedly trying to clean. I gave a curt nod. Really? That's impressive. Must have been hard work getting them all in here, huh? There's gotta be 100 books here. You could fill a whole carriage, at least. It's like you got your own personal library. She had been pouting only a few moments earlier, but her smile was back in short order. Her jade eyes were like little balls of curiosity, glittering in the faint candlelight. I was not particularly fond of overly expressive, rather overly curious women. Did they not care that they trampled uninvited into other people's personal spaces? Or were they not even aware that their actions were invasive? I averted my gaze from hers. I receive one roughly every month. Ah, I see. Wait. She turned back toward the shelves. I presume she understood the implications of what I just said. Of the fact that there were nearly 100 tomes here, and I received only one a month. Huh. She still fell silent. I couldn't blame her if she thought my circumstances or my family or my life bizarre. But I didn't care what she thought of me. In fact, it was to my advantage for her to be uncomfortable. I just needed her to stay quiet and keep her nose out of my business. It was more than I thought. I said not to her, but to myself. I had no reason to count the passage of time anymore. Only the books served as a record of how long I had been here. 121! What? There are 121 books. 10 years and 1 month. You were counting? I thought she had just sheepishly gone quiet. What an inscrutable woman. She can count. Jail her!
No! Witch!
Are you ready?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Not too many to them. Talk to me, people.
You know exactly which one it is.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
You do not speak to me.
Yeah. You've been in here in the mansion for that long? All by yourself? The truth was, there had been times where I wasn't alone, but Giselle had no need to know that. You already know the answer. A look of pity formed in Giselle's eyes. Enough. I never asked for her sympathy. I'm here by choice. You mean you weren't banished here? No restraint, this woman. Look at the mouth on that lady. I love her. No. I came here of my own volition. I didn't care enough to elaborate, though.
Candle fight. Candle
fight. Candle fight! That's gonna hurt. Like grabbing a candle. Ah, the wax!
Not
the wax got on my hand!
Ah!
And from that day on, candle fights were banned.
The freaking wax freaking snowball.
Oh my god. They take all the melted wax and just before it hardens. Just throws it at him. Picking another book. Oh my god, that's so good. Picking another book off the floor, I brushed the dust off its cover. It was a gaudily decorated tome. That's a very fancy book, isn't it? But apparently, Giselle wasn't able to take a hint. What's it about? I let out a sigh and opened to no page in particular, sticking the book out toward her. She was a servant, and a woman. There was no way she could read. Let's see here. This land is hardly suitable for cultivation. It can only produce over sour grapes. I would probably get more out of it if I tore down the fields and made it into a market. Sounds like a Lord's diary. You can read? She isn't Jared 19, Michelle. I was caught slightly off guard. It was rare for a noble woman to be able to read and write, let alone a servant. Was she truly what she claimed to be? I had someone to teach me. I do say I kind of want this outfit she's wearing. It's very cool. Like, it's stylish and it looks comfortable, right? You see what I mean? I love the ties on her shoulders. And I really do like the corset she's wearing too. It's just cute. I love it. So is this book any interesting? I'm gonna cosplay her. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna cosplay someone from this game, but this one looks very doable for me.
Can't believe you're going to cosplay Jacopo.
Jacopo. I'd be so ugly as Jacopo, unironically. That would be horrible. Look, she has titillage, I have titillage. It's a perfect match. It's dull, worthless tripe. Can't imagine why anyone thought it was worth binding. Tough crowd. But it's not very often you get to see a Lord's diary. I'm rather curious to what kinds of things he griped about. Lord or King, what value was there in another's grumbling? There was no knowledge contained within that book. Just emotions, unsightly scribbles. And there's nothing more exhausting in this world than being emotional. If you want to read it, be my guest. That wasn't my intention, but alright. So I got the whole mansion cleaned. I'll read it. I told you don't have to clean. Heh. I got an idea, Master. If you're interested, maybe we could read together? Did you hear a word I just said? It's dull, worthless tripe. Still, you might see differently if you read it with someone else. I'm sure there are some books here you would enjoy, Master. You're wasting your time. I don't care. I can't wait for it to go shit. The suspicion and restraint budding between us was trite and insignificant at that point. She was still smiling, after all. If I'd been able to maintain that distance, then perhaps I wouldn't have ended up hurting her. Aww. Oh, I do like how the little disc one switches between the corner of the text box. It switches between the characters. I like that a lot. It had been a little under 2 weeks since I had moved in with Michelle. Though we lived in the same house, we rarely saw each other. On unlucky days, I wouldn't see him at all. I wasn't sure if he ate in his room or our schedules were simply misaligned, but we never had any meals together. Perhaps he was deliberately avoiding me. That has to be it. I know servant and master don't usually eat at the same table, but even so, he could be a little less obvious about it. Am I really that much of a nuisance? I'm not doing anything inappropriate, am I? I'm being pleasant and sociable, aren't I? I haven't given him any reason to not like me, I think. I hope. He'd never been very enthusiastic about my staying here, but I hadn't been given a choice. I'd been sent here by his family. Besides... No. Out with the negative thoughts. Gotta stay positive. Yeah, he hasn't tried to chase me out yet. I just haven't broken the ice. I had to stay positive. Optimistic. Happy thoughts. Be myself. As long as I kept working at it with enough time, Michelle would surely come around and not be so distant. I've got a goal, so let's get to work. First I make supper, then I ask him to have it with me. Gotta be proactive when it comes to the reclusive types. Alright, here goes. Or here would go, but we're almost out of supplies. So much for that. The cellar was where the non-perishable food was stored. Dried food, smoked meats, cheeses, and a small scattering of root vegetables. Looking at this makes me feel like a soldier holding down a castle's fortifications. Had Michelle really gotten 10 years on nothing but this? I would have raised the white flag long ago. He said he hadn't left a mansion at all in those 10 years. I assume he at least goes out to get supplies, right? Running out of food is kind of a life or death matter. I can't believe he hasn't set foot outside even once in... What are you babbling on about?
Dead.
Oh no, he overheard me. Ah! I assumed you were talking to someone. Huh? Does anyone else live here, Master? Oh, okay, let's... No, you're just falling
What?
to your untimely
Listen, I want
death.
milk, okay?
No, you want
want milk.
Hoodle. You want to snuggle the Hoodles. You're doing good. Let's see him. Let's see how I fare. Oh! I might actually make it.
Wow. What the hell? What is that? What?
Or maybe? Oh, might just overshoot it. Oh.
It would be fun if you miss.
I miss. Wait. Yeah! How did I miss that? What?
You missed that. How?
How? That was a no-fail plan.
You basically hit the pixel that was off.
Yeah. I haven't seen anyone. It is just the two of us. Alive, anyway. You mean there are ghosts? Something of the sort. There you go again with the jokes. I'm not a child. You're not gonna trick me like that. There are adults who believe in such things. I suppose. But I don't really believe in ghosts or demons or curses or any of that. The church just tries to convince people they're real so they can squeeze more money out of them. She was right. Am I going to have to turn you over to the church, you blasphemer? You of all people say that, Michelle. No. I pray every day, honest. I don't particularly care either way. I'm returning to my chambers. What? Already? You didn't, come down for food? I only came down because I heard voices. A moment. Please just wait a second. What? Our stores are almost empty. What do you normally do when you need more food? I'll happily accompany you on a trip for the market. Already? That was fast. There are 2 of us. I really don't eat that much, do I? In the dim light, it was difficult to make out Michelle's expression, but I thought I could see a tinge of annoyance on his face. Hold your ground, Giselle. You said you wanted to get closer to him. Is that a parsnip? Michelle was holding a tangled bowl of roots. The reason I asked was because the parsnip looked like it was on the verge of total decomposition. Oof. See, there's still food. He then handed it to me. Wait! You want to eat that? It's clearly seen better days. You're gonna get sick. Were you telling me you can survive on rotten vegetables? Of course I won't eat it. I just figured you were hardy enough to survive. What do you think I am? No, he's definitely a jerk. But that the resulting diarrhea might reduce your appetite. I don't think that's how diarrhea works, Michelle. You're kidding, right? You can't be serious. Anyway, we should bury that outside. Then we can go purchase fresh supplies. I told you I don't go outside. Then how do you... Huh? A visitor? Who could it be? Perfect timing. You're a servant. Make yourself useful and go retrieve the package. So in this case, the parsnip is fucked because he touched it? Question mark. We never... Wait, we had the discussion last time. Does his powers extend to food?
Right. If you peel a potato, what happens?
Yeah. If it's not a delivery, but a wanderer chased them off. What? Package? Master?
Oh, it's my subscription.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about? He's gone. What kind of delivery is he expecting? Michelle stood there, unmoving, veiled in shadow. He glanced over at me, then threw his gaze out to the front door. At his command, I erased the bar, pulling open the door.
FBI,
After nearly
up.
2 weeks inside, the light from the setting sun almost blinded me. The world went white, my head pounding. After a few moments of intense blinking, my eyes acclimated themselves to the evening sunlight. There was no one outside. Only a crate easily large enough to fit a child. Is this the package? Master? I turned back to face Michelle, but he wouldn't meet my eyes. It seemed more like he was avoiding looking at the light than at me. He's starting to seem more and more like a vampire. Not that I believe in vampires, of course. Regardless, I pray there's nothing bad in here. Oh, that's heavy. Master, could I get some help? Gee, thanks. I am a servant, admittedly, but this is a lot to ask of just one girl. A little help would sure be nice. Once inside, I closed the bar and the door. He said dispassionately, his head still turned toward the darkness. As you wish, Master. Once the door was shut, I found myself sucked back into a world of darkness. It hadn't even been 2 weeks, but the lack of light was beginning to become my normal. The outside world growing farther and farther away. Being holed up in here is definitely not good for me. I should go for a walk sometime, maybe plant some flowers or vegetables. Yeah, I like that idea. Maybe I can grow that old tangle of roots into some fresh parsnip. What else do we have to plant? It'd be great if there were some flower seeds. What are you doing? Open the box, now. As you wish, Master. Oh, there's food inside? In the box was a burlap sack filled with berries, root vegetables, and smoked meats, as well as an assortment of bread, fruits, and wine. Aside from the fruit and bread, everything else was the same as what Michelle kept in the cellar. Huh. And buried beneath the burlap sack was a single book. 1 book a month. He really hasn't gone outside in 10 years. It appears you have begun to grasp the situation. Yeah. But why? This was delivered by someone from your house, Master, wasn't it? A servant, I assume. Why would they leave without saying anything? No one wants to talk to a cursed man. In the past, they would occasionally check in on me, but that hasn't happened recently. They think you're cursed? Ah, right. You don't believe in curses. Then come up with your own explanation. An excuse for them to want to stay away from me. Okay, I see. So basically in this version, Michelle is just actually an asshole. Like he could be reasonable, he could reach out, but he chose not to.
No.
Regrets it. We are an asshole! That's the answer to my question.
Too much work. Slurp.
Yeah, sorry. My thingy. Ooh. Let's see if you can. How are you doing this time? Ooh, that. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm doing it just.
Yeah. Fuck it. Okay. What am I gonna drop? I'm gonna drop this one. Come on. No! No! Ah! Wait! Oh! Wait! Oh! Maybe?
Maybe.
That's a big fat maybe. Oh no! I think I've overshot it. No.
Again?
It was close.
Overshooter.
But... Yeah.
Milk.
Or I undershot it. You can... That, for example, I killed someone. Or maybe that I'm insane. Well, that's a new phase.
That's a new face.
No, that looks more like... Pain!
Echo.
It's like, I'm in danger. That's the kind of face he's making. I couldn't. Regardless, I am not normal. I have a candle, bro. That's quirky, isn't it? Bring the food down to the cellar. The book is to the library. You're of course free to refuse and run back off into the woods. I'll do it. Alright. Then you take care of that. Hey. What is it? I just noticed there's something else in here. It's wrapped in cloth. What could it be? Ooh, a painting! For you to hang up somewhere in the house, I presume? It's so dark I can't see it very well, but I'm sure it's... Don't touch that! What? Michelle, who had kept his distance from me well up until that point, suddenly marched over and ripped the painting from my grasp. Master? His face was twisted into a look I'd never seen him make before. Was it indignation? Disgust? Hatred? Panic? I couldn't tell, but there was more than enough negative pressure to cause me to flinch back. Is that painting perhaps, something important? Oh, boy, he looks so sad! What the hell? A landscape painting, he muttered under his breath, the tension melting away from his face. As if looking at his usual blank, impenetrable expression. But his eyes were still fixated on the picture, staring at it unblinkingly. Why a landscape painting? Some kind of passive-aggressive message? It's not of anywhere nearby. Did they travel somewhere? It's not of that girl, so that's an improvement. Master? Oh, you're still here? Still here? Of course I'm still here. Who do you think you asked to take care of the package? What's with you? Just running over and snatching the painting from me. You scared me. Could you maybe explain yourself? What's so special about that painting? I don't believe that's any of your business. None of my... Of course it is. You ripped it out of my hands like I'm some kind of thief. I have right to know what that was all about. And maybe an apology while you're at it. You told me to open the box, so I did. Then all of a sudden you're angry. We're not equals. Do not mistake yourself for my friend. You have a right to know. You have no such thing. You don't have to be rude. I'll say it again. Leave if you don't like it here. I never asked for you to be here. That was your wish. My wish? Are you out of your mind? I never asked for this. I never wished for it. No, the right mind would want to be sent to some house in the middle of nowhere. Who would ever want to go through that? Oh, calm down, Giselle. You can't get anywhere. Big sad. What am I gonna drop?
Don't drop the what?
I'm gonna drop...
Oh.
What? Am I doing... Am I doing it? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
I think you're doing it.
No. No!
What the hell?
I touched it! This sucks. This sucks. This sucks. God damn it. Also, I had to refresh because my Twitch was being an asshole. What is this? You're right. That is what I wanted. But I never wanted to make you mad for us to argue like this. I just wanted to get to know you better, or to get closer to you. I mean, it would make things smoother for the both of us. It would make living together more enjoyable for us. Listen carefully. This is very important for you to understand. Do not try to involve yourself with me. Do not go probing around for information. And if you can't do that, leave. I completely shut out. The glare he was giving me and the standoffish aura he was emanating were reflected in his tone of voice. Why? Why did he try to push me away like that? Why is he so mean? It seemed Giselle really didn't know that much about me. Despite being sent here from my house, she was unaware of the monthly deliveries, as well as the reason why I lived in the mansion at all by myself. Why, though, would they not have told her anything? Why had she been sent here, left completely in the dark? Giselle looked up at me, fear and bewilderment in her eyes, though I thought I could see a glint of suspicion beneath it all. Like her true feelings were bubbling to the surface. Everyone had darkness in them they kept hidden. No one was exactly who they appeared to be. She was undoubtedly thinking, I'm not here because I want to be. I knew from the moment I first saw her that her bubbly, sweet affect was all a facade. And she thought I was deaf enough not to realize.
What? I just realized that they actually announced.
Yeah.
That's... oh my god, that's stupid. I'm just going to send it so I don't say it.
Okay. She was no different than anyone else. What I didn't understand, though...
Also, please just read it first before reacting.
Okay. Was why she refused to leave no matter how hard I pushed. Was she hiding beneath that innocent-looking face? Is it gonna be the cast? Oh my god. Wait. Okay. Is there anything specifically I need to be reacting to?
No, just like, no.
At least it's not fucking Troy Baker or something.
Listen.
Matt Mercer. Like, love those guys. They're great, but can you not voice another character?
I know, right?
Like another main anime character. It's like, I'm glad it's not that guy, you know? Like, every other fucking time. Like, other people can get roles too, you know? Sometimes. What was she thinking? What did she carry on her shoulders? Everyone is hiding something, deceiving those around them. I had to figure out what she really was. May I ask you something? Yes? On the day you arrived, you said you made a teeny tiny mistake while working at my family's house. Tell me about that. What did you do at the Bollinger estate? Bollinger. In that moment, brief as though it was, her disposition wavered. Fear, terror, no, perhaps anger. I couldn't tell. Nevertheless, it was abundantly clear that that was a subject she had no interest in me breaching. And so she had borne her fangs. The smile she'd donned now was visibly forced. It's nothing you need to concern yourself with, Master. I promise it was an insignificant little thing. She couldn't say. Why couldn't she tell me? What had she done there? What did this woman know about that house? What did she know about me? What was
How much tax
concealed
do I need to pay?
beneath that smile of hers? I am the master of this house, and you're a servant. And still you refuse to tell me? Like I said, it's nothing. There's no reason to bother you. The mere servant's personal blunders, Master. What are you hiding? I'm not hiding anything. You should be able to tell me exactly what you did at the Bollinger estate. Like I said, tell me. Tell me.
Tell me.
You won't tell me a thing about yourself, and yet you demand others tell you about themselves. Here you are practically threatening me. Demanding I tell you something I don't want to talk about. And yet you still haven't told me anything about the painting. Oh, so I was right. You do have something to hide. How many times must I repeat myself? We are not equals. I don't care if it's insignificant. It's or something you don't want to talk about. What? I'm ordering you to tell me. A trifling blunder would not get someone sent to live with a cursed man in a house spoken of so unfavorably. Whatever she had done at the Bollinger estate, that had something to do with why she was here. If she truly hadn't done anything, then she had something to gain from this place, or possibly from me. And if that was the case, I had to get her to talk. Don't make me... Giselle's eyes were open wide. I recognized the look she was giving me. I knew very well what that gaze meant. You're an abomination! Oh no. It was the same as them. Fear, contempt, revulsion, repulsion. The way she acted. The way she spoke. Like... Okay. He might be right about this, but right? Imagine yelling in the face of someone and then being like, oh, I knew you're just like all the others when they're scared. Like, I cry if someone screams at me. Does that mean I think they're a bad person now? Does that mean I'm a horrible person who thinks of people as witches? Like, Jesus. What an asshole.
Am I landing? No.
Wait.
No.
No.
No. No.
That's so far off. I'm gonna drop
Bam
this.
bam.
Chicky chicky bun bun. Chicky chicky. No, I'm not landing. I can already see it now.
Mina, where are you going? Like, whoa.
Well, I'm going to your stream avatar right now. I'm coming! Whee! I landed on the Bleenie.
Aww.
The way she acted, the way she spoke, it was exactly the same. You're no different. I made her uncomfortable. I made her afraid. She thought I was unpleasant. She thought I was despicable. Like this guy, he's just like acts like an asshole. Oh my god, people think I'm an asshole. They're so mean. It's like that meme you sent earlier.
Yes.
Yeah. She thought I was an abomination. In a frenzy, I grabbed her by the shoulders, clamping down far more powerfully than I had meant to. Ow! Stop! Her face, contorted in pain, morphed into someone else's. Who was I directing my anger at? Where was this rage being aimed? Who are you calling an abomination? What? Tell me, who? The black furor bubbling up from within me knew no end. The girl, she ridiculed me. She denied my identity with her glare. I couldn't escape from that phantom, that reality. What are... I never called you a... No, get away from me! Get your hands off me! Giselle's scream echoed in the entrance hall, rattling my eardrums. She frantically smacked my arms aside, and then I came back to my senses. She was standing a little ways away, breathing heavily, arms wrapped tight around her body, glowering at me, showing her opposition to my touching her. Enlightening. No. You startled me, that's all. Some servant you are, telling your master not to touch you. all right. I have, I'm, allergic to people. It's a very unique condition, I hear. I mean, can you believe that? See, you know how some people get all red and itchy when they touch a dog or a cat? It's that except for people, so... Wow. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I beg your forgiveness. Why don't you speak your mind? What? This is what's going through your mind right now. I have nothing to apologize for. No, that's not... I can somewhat sympathize with your plight. Being made to apologize even though you're hurting. I raised my hand against you first, after all. Then you forgive me? Sympathy does not equate to forgiveness. No, you take care of the package. I'm heading back to my chambers. What is it? You're not gonna make me leave after what I just did? No, I'm not. For what it would seem, I can make you leave on your own whenever I so please. Bruh. Besides, I had yet to learn what she had done. It would be exceedingly difficult to get the story from her own mouth, which left me with one option. To write a letter to my mother, as much as the very thought revolted me. Yeah, I can see why she'd want to hide this version of the story. It's a little bruh.
Bruh.
It's so bruh. Several days had passed since the package arrived. The end of my third week living in the mansion was drawing near. Michelle wasn't getting any friendlier either. He continued to either snub or bluntly dismiss me whenever we crossed paths. I didn't understand why he acted that way around me. There was little point in asking when he seemed to think there was little point in talking to me at all. Although, at first I'd been sure there was some way to get him to warm up to me, the more time I spent in the mansion, the more my willpower began to feel like it was at its breaking point. I could tell myself to stay positive until I was blue in the face, but it would only work for so long. The one pretty place is in the whole house. I'm glad he hasn't covered it back up. Blue moonlight shone quietly through the stained glass window, vaguely illuminating some of the room. I hadn't noticed until now, but the room with the stained glass window appeared to be modeled after a chapel. Rows of pews faced the window, below which sat what used to be a pulpit. There was very little left of it, though, and an awkward length of silver was mounted onto the pulpit's front face. What was, I assumed, formerly a cross. Upon further reflection, rather than facing the window, the pews seemed to be pointed at the pulpit, or perhaps the cross hanging on it. I wasn't sure why there would be a chapel in a mansion, but I had no one to ask about it. For a house of this size, a statue of Christ or the Virgin Mary seems more appropriate. It's a very well-made chapel at any rate. I doubted Michel had it built for himself. There would be no reason for him to cover the window if that was the case. Nor had I ever seen him come to pray. He doesn't seem like one to believe in God. God. I'm not even sure if God really existed, then surely the world would be a much more pleasant, peaceful place. No unfair disparities in money or power. No senseless misfortune. I certainly wouldn't have found myself here either. But God was evidently quite fond of giving mankind trials, so he would probably tell me with a straight face that this was one too. Yeah, wow, sounds like some god to be praying to, huh? And he's just like, fuck up your life for fun. Wee-oo!
Yeah, well, had a fun run.
Yeah. Or perhaps we simply had a false impression of him, and he didn't actually give us anything. He merely sat back and watched from somewhere far, far away. It wasn't his job to bring peace to the world or ensure our laws were fair. It was all mankind's responsibility. Oh, are you dropping? Ooh, that's rough.
Kirby, I'm coming. Oh, Kirby.
How am I dropping? No. No.
You're dropping. You're definitely dropping.
I'm coming, Kirby.
Kirby.
I'm coming, handsome Kirby. That was almost a perfect corner.
Wow. You like
Beautiful.
corners.
Yeah. What is God? What are angels? I have no idea. Maybe the Bible has answers. Why should I pray to someone so far away? How do I know my prayer is even getting there? But still, it's not like I have any other options. Is this a flashback? Don't you worry. It'll all work out, I promise. I already know where I'm gonna work. It's a really prominent noble house, way out of reach for some small-time merchants like us. You never know, this could be my big break. I'm just kidding. Don't look so worried. We'll be just fine, honestly. I'll make enough money for us to get back onto our feet. But for goodness sake, I can handle it. Leave everything to me. You just wait. I'll make our family into something you can be proud of. I'll be fine. Yeah, say bye to Mom for me. I probably won't be home for a while. What? You're afraid I'm gonna make some careless mistake? I'm not that airheaded. I can be a refined and elegant young lady. These nobles won't even know what to believe anymore. If you don't believe me, how about I give you a little taste? How are you doing this fine morning, master? Your morning beverage is ready, prepared with the utmost of care. See, how about that? Not bad, huh? What? You really think it sounded forced? Man. As the daughter of a merchant who ran a shop on the capital's main street. My father had passed away in a plague, so it was just me, my mother, and my older sister. It would be a lie to say business was doing well. We struggled to squeak by day to day after taxes. But we couldn't just abandon the shop and leave the capital either, so we tried to make the best of what we were able to take in between the three of us. Then my sister fell in love with a moderately well-off aristocrat. My mom and I were supportive of her and her desire to marry. Their union almost fell apart because she was not suitable for him. Merchants were hardly the lowest class. What we lacked instead was wealth. We needed another source of money beyond what the shop took in. If only we had money, my sister could get married. If only we had money, my mom wouldn't have to work so hard. If only we had money. It was then that someone from the distinguished Bollinger estate approached me. He said they were in need of abigails and would love to have me. He said that if I agreed to work for them, the Bollinger estate would take care of my family. Generally speaking, noble houses took abigails from other, lower-ranked noble houses. It was unthinkable for someone of my status to receive such an offer. So I took it as a once-in-a-lifetime chance and accepted the offer. This almost sounds like they, accepted her only to, trip her into a mistake and then send her off to the mansion. Isn't this sounding really sus already? Sus. I just pray that nothing bad happens to my sister. And that Mom is getting enough money to live comfortably. That's all I can do. They're nobility. They have plenty of money. Enough to spare some. The light shining through the stained glass window began to grow murky, fading into blackness. It felt like a message from on high that no, my prayers would not be answered. The bluish-white illumination shining down upon me disappeared as clouds blocked the moon. Oh, come on. You don't even want to look at a solid woman like me? Oh, for heaven's sake. I never asked to end up like this. Yeah, I feel pretty bad for Giselle. She really is just trying. Sure, you can talk about how she's faking shit or whatever, but I'm just making sure. They're nobility. They have plenty of money. Enough to spare some. Oh, come on. You don't even want to look at a solid woman like me? Oh, for heaven's sake. Never asked to end up like this. I can do it. Did you learn? No.
When the star disappeared.
You're so good. You're so good at your job.
Congrats. I know.
Giselle was sitting at one
Can
of the
I get a raise?
Salary deduction noises.
Oh no, but I cannot get less than that.
I can't get less than 0!
Do I need to pay now?
Giselle was sitting at one of the pews in the room with the stained glass window. Just looking at her. You might have thought she was offering a prayer, but the words coming from her mouth were anything but prayerful. They were filled with resentment. They have plenty of money, a solid woman. And then I
Woman.
never asked to end up like this. So this is what's beneath that facade. Most likely, money is what she's after. All I need to do now is confirm my suspicions with them. Just what awful secrets will I uncover? I gave Giselle, sitting in the pew with her head drooped, a cursory glance before leaving the chapel. I had somewhere else to be. The bitterly cold outside air felt like dozens of needles flowing into my lungs. It had been so long since I had stepped beyond the mansion's walls. A thick mist canopied the night sky, blocking out the moonlight. Naturally, the heavens did not rejoice at my leaving the house. Ugh, sorry, my mouse is a little bit...
Mouse!
It had been 10 years since I had seen the mansion from the outside. And it hadn't changed one bit. A gloomy scar upon the earth, shrouded in darkness. Hardly the kind of place someone would enthusiastically approach. Nevertheless, it's better than that house. Yeah, so in this case, it almost seems like he left on... Like, he really did leave of his own volition.
Yeah.
You do the extra character. Go on.
Yes?
Perfect.
Who is it?
Michelle.
What? Michelle? A Bollinger? Just one moment. I'll be right there. Come in. It's a humble abode, but make yourself at home. Bollinger.
Bollinger.
Ball. Balls. Michal Balls.
Shut up. Oh my god.
I must say, this is unexpected, Mr. Balls. Just one word after in a heartbeat.
And how was I supposed to do that? I am, regrettably, fresh out of carrier pigeons.
Right, yes. My apologies.
Hello, Arson. Welcome to the Dreamland.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight?
You're on fire!
This man, living in a small cottage not far from the mansion, had been hired by the Bollinger family.
Ball!
His job, to
Ball.
watch over me. That said, we never actually interacted. He was
Oh.
tasked with keeping track of whether I was still alive and whether I remained in the mansion. The monthly package from my family was delivered to him, which he then passed on to me.
Oh.
It was insipidly convoluted, but it was indicative of how much they wanted to avoid anyone learning about me. Is he like their bastard son or something in this version? Like an actual... Like, he seems like their dirty little secret at this point.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if
Yeah.
Michelle was trying to be raised as a girl, but
Oh, I mean, that could be another reason why they wanted to hide him. Well then.
sorry, I just had something in my throat. What can I do for you?
We are also doing great, except my voice is a bit weak, so we're only streaming for 3 hours probably.
Mina, my voice is a little weak. Proceed to sing.
Shut up!
Proceed to freaking read for over an hour now.
Shut up!
My voice is a little weak today.
The manservant was visibly rattled, afraid too. But not because of the difference in our social rank. I had a pretty good idea what he had been told about me. He was afraid of me, and more specifically my curse.
Arcana is the means by which all is revealed.
Blah blah blah. People fear that which they cannot comprehend. Not just children,
+2.
adults as well. They
I fear
demons,
math.
witches and curses, anything impure
Math.
out of this world. Math. But I had long since gotten used to being viewed as such. It didn't sadden me, it didn't disappoint me, it didn't pain me. Some things were too foolish to concern yourself over. Though it certainly doesn't make me feel good, either. I was on some level annoyed. That woman's appearance at the mansion had created ripples in my once tranquil life. So before I got into the real reason for my visit, I decided to take out a bit of my frustration. Raise your head. There's no need to be afraid. I don't know what you've been told, but I promise I don't bite.
How rude of me. You're right, my sincerest apologies.
Your job is to keep watch over me. If the mere sight of me has you trembling, what will you do if I try to run? I would have little trouble escaping.
That would be quite unfortunate. What would I ever tell your mother?
I'm not sure that would end well at all. You could lose everything you've been paid so far. In fact, you might be lucky to get out with your life.
Surely your mother would not.
Actually, my mom's a serial killer. Don't count on it. You are aware of who you're dealing with, right?
Ball.
Bowling. Bowling.
Bollinger.
My brain was just bowling.
Michelle Bollinger.
Michelle, the cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family, who made a pact with the devil. I don't need a blade to take your life. You wouldn't even make it back to report anything.
Have mercy, Lord Michael Ball. Please don't leave the mansion. Please spare me.
Only joking.
What?
I don't have the power to kill by way of curse. The man fell silent, but the look on his face said, "You are cursed, though, aren't you?" Once someone got an idea planted in their head, it's nigh impossible to get rid of it. I'm so cursed that anyone can see it, that I need to be locked away in a dark mansion. I'm here because I had a question for you, not to warn you that I plan to run away.
Oh, a question? For me?
Atashi.
Atashi?
Yes. Approximately 3 weeks ago, a black-haired woman came to the mansion. Tell me what you know about her.
I was told there would be an Abigail coming, but that's all. I don't know anything else about her. I swear, that's all I know. I haven't been told anything else.
I believe you. I never thought they would tell you anything.
No, you're supposed to say okay first.
Okay, I believe you.
No, okay, now I trust you. Right.
He'd been hired to observe me, but that's all he was, a hired hand. He wouldn't be privy to the Bollinger families. No, I'm just saying it like that.
Bollinger.
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 Bollinger family's internal affairs.
Look at me bowling around.
Take this. You are bowling. Wow, look at you go.
Look at me bowling.
Wait. Are you bowling a little too much?
I'm overshooting.
You're bowling a little too hard. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm bowling too hard because of Michal was like freaking. Oh no, you're looking at the plead cry in the freaking oh boy. Oh
boy, that one's doomed.
That one's going into milk.
I love that milk so much.
Milk. Milk.
Take this.
A letter.
I need you to deliver it to my mother.
Which one? You could have just left it in the box from this month package and I would have collected it when I dropped off the next one.
I am in urgent need of information. Will you do this for me?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I'll fetch a delivery boy tomorrow morning. I'm too lazy to do this shit.
Much appreciated. Good night.
You too, do take care.
I'm
glad they hired the right man for the job.
Yeah. I mean, like, to be real, right? Like, I can understand your thought there, cause like, the only other person that we have seen that even remotely resembles Michelle in all of these iteration has been a woman.
Yes.
So there's something there.
Like Michelle is the maid. Like.
Yeah. What?
Michelle is fucking white-haired girl.
Yeah, Michelle is the white-haired girl. I was like, Michelle isn't the maid. The maid is Cell, who is actually not the maid, but actually a maid? Question mark?
White-haired maid is literally maid.
Well, yeah, she was a maid in one story, at least.
No!
Yes. What?
Like, most of them.
I guess she was Jacopo's wife, and she was the
The
servant.
first story she was a servant. The
Yeah,
only
the
one,
second
the only one
one-
that's kind of on edge is freaking Beast one, but it's still kind of.
Yeah, the beast one was more like she lived as his partner more than his. And then she was the wife of. But yeah, it is very pertinent that maybe the reason Giselle wasn't able to find Michelle is because
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah. Like he didn't help.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you about that little funky fact.
Also, I'm not saying anything, but like white hair overall, like freaking features, as facial features, are not that different from Michael. Like,
No. He does look a lot like the white hair girl.
Lord Michel.
Like he just looked like a slightly
Bollinger.
Bollinger. Like he just looks like a slightly older version of her.
Yes, Lord Bollinger.
Yes.
Is it true that you don't have?
Would you like me to sew your mouth shut so you can never open it again?
Oh my god! And he's named Bollinger.
Oh my god!
No, no,
so
no.
so I'm guessing that the question that you wanted to ask is. I'm just gonna write it down because
You're writing it. It's just so funny.
I'm scared.
Yes. No, actually, Mina, that's wrong. It's supposed to be.
Okay, what are you doing? Bro.
Oh my god. My sincerest apologies, Lord Bollinger.
The question he wanted to ask is like, is it true that you have no morals?
Yes. Is it true that you have no morality? Because you're a witch? Because also calling Michaela a witch is also another freaking zone of that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That was horribly disrespectful.
Not to mention.
You know what you're
Actually, I
googling?
wanted to look something up.
Oh boy. I hope you're not looking.
I'm looking up the name.
Good. Bollinger?
No, Michelle.
Ah.
Okay, it is. Yeah, it is supposed to. I mean, it can actually also be. Yeah, it can be a last name too. That's interesting.
Because what I assume could happen, right? That because like he's an outcast and stuff, right? That probably his mom like wanted a fucking like daughter and just fucking was in denial or something and just fucking
Yeah, that could be.
And also could be the reason why he no longer.
Yeah, I mean, considering that he hates her so much, she did something.
Yeah.
We don't know what, but something.
Because it could be different, like because like if you imagine it was like the mother wanted a daughter, right?
Yeah,
and
that she mutilated him.
she had feel like the first and second son, and she was basically at the brink of
Yep.
And when the next one turns out to be a fucking male too, she just lost it. It's like fucking.
Cursed, I most certainly am. And basically, with the child aging, it would be impossible to hide.
Oh yeah.
My mother's response arrived just 10 days later. The delivery boy must have pushed his horse quite hard. It was almost exactly a month after Giselle had moved in.
Oh no.
Okay, let's see what this stupid letter is about. And shortly thereafter, on a bone-chilling night, everything came crashing down. The rift between us grew deeper, and the wall between us impossibly high, when I lay bare, scars in her chest, and mercilessly plunged my knife into them. So basically, he was like, I'm a horrible person. What an idiot.
Forehead.
Sigh. How did we get to this point? I hate everything. My spirits were getting darker and darker, like they were slowly sinking into a deep morass.
Oh my god, some emo music times.
Yeah. I had been at the mansion for a month, and every day since felt twice as long as it should have. Oh, are you doing it? You're definitely balling. No, you're balling too far.
Oh, I'm not going outball this ball.
You're balling. Let's see how I fare. No. I'm the opposite of bowling. I'm falling.
Just like, but no, like
I'm not bowling. I'm just falling.
yeah.
Boom. Goodbye. I had been
Not
optimistic at first. I'd even had a little hope that me and Michelle could get along together, but it hadn't taken long for that hope to be shattered, and the cheer locked away inside me. We lived in the same house, but we never spoke anymore. On the few occasions we did cross paths, he just gave me a cold glare and nothing more. Scorn and suspicion in his eyes. Whenever he looked at me like that, it felt as though my throat was being constricted, like I was deep underwater and running out of air. Like my very presence in the world was a crime. I never could have imagined just how agonizing constant rejection was. I started despising others, despising myself, despising the world. Convinced there was no one who could set me free. I considered running away from everything rather than live like this another day. But I would have done so long ago if that were actually an option. If they found out I had fled, that I'd acted outside their wishes, my mom and my sister would pay. I had succeeded in allowing my sister to get married and my mom to live comfortably. I had given them happiness. I couldn't take that away from them again. Not after what I had to go through to do it. No, cut that out. Getting way too depressing, Giselle. Pull yourself together. That's not who you are. Be positive. The negativity didn't only come from my interactions with Michelle either. No, there seems to be some kind of terrible presence within the mansion that twisted people's hearts. The mansion was, in fact, a bit of a local legend, which I had been informed about before being sent here. People claimed it was cursed, and that an evil witch had lived in it for many, many years. Michelle joked that he was the witch, but I didn't believe him. I'm not usually one to believe in magic or curses at all, but being here so long, I can't help but wonder. Anyway, things can't go on like this. If I was to remain in this house, the situation needed to improve, a lot. I was going to lose my mind if things kept up as they were. I was ready to give up once, but I'm going to try closing the distance between us again. If I could get him to open up even the tiniest bit, then maybe that would make living here a little easier.
Mina, the pie is in the corner, it's your chance.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit. Come on.
Just the right corner, Mina.
No. I'm fucked.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Wait!
You're doing it,
I'm doing it! I'm balling! I'm not balling.
You just shoot it.
How am I so unlucky? I was really balling for a second there.
Also, you remember that we can like freaking bounce off each other when we fly, right?
That's funny. We should time it from
now on. We need to drop at the same time.
And see how that fucks us up. That would be funny. I wasn't going to try to make us best friends or anything. That's a pair of relationship enough that being around each other wasn't torturous. I've got my work cut out for me. How do we even begin that conversation? Heck, wasn't that conversation even gonna be about? Maybe I should just hold off, do it another day. No. I've made up my mind to do this, so I should get to it quickly. The longer I wait, the worse things are gonna get. And eventually there won't be any fixing anything. We need to talk. We need to be in the same room for more than 10 seconds, and we need to get to know each other. He needs to know that he's not the reason I have something to hide. Okay, let's do this! I made my way to Michelle's chambers, which she had told me to stay away from. My stride was slow and ponderous, but at the very least I did my best to keep some semblance of a smile on my face. This is one time where I'd really like to have someone to give me a little nudge. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Pardon, Master. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Master? I guess he's not here. The door wasn't locked, as was the rest of the house. His room was shrouded in darkness.
Oh, we can drop.
Okay. Wait.
Okay, I'm prepared with mine.
Yes. 3, 2, 1. Now!
Okay.
Okay. Dunk! Oh, I think I'm gonna dunk until you get dunked! Wait, am I actually gonna make it? No!
Me too.
You doomed us both! That was, oh my god, that was so, oh god. I need to clip, that needs to be, Argo, can you clip that?
I'm
Please.
going to try.
Thanks, clip it.
Oh.
Oh, that was amazing. Master? Are you there, Master?
Oh.
I guess I missed him. It's probably best if I don't stick around for long. He's already got less than a stellar impression of me. I don't want to imagine what'll happen if he thinks I've been snooping through his room. I should get out of here. I spun around on my heels, taking a step toward the door, when I caught sight of an object draped in a black sheet. I knew I had to get out of there as quickly as possible, but I was intrigued by that object. Oh, do you think... Wait, you think that the... You know that they were talking about the paintings of that girl. Do you think that the paintings that he's getting is of the daughter that the mother thinks she has? Something he kept hidden in a room I was forbidden to enter. Maybe it was a clue to discovering Michelle's secrets. I reached my hand down toward the object, knowing good and well I shouldn't. Was it because I wanted to learn more about him? Was it because I wanted to tear down the veil he hid behind? Or was it the whispers of the witch? What do we have here? I pulled off the sheet, revealing a framed painting of what appeared to be a noblewoman with porcelain white skin. What stood out about her, though, was that the woman's hair was as pale as her skin. And then... What? I noticed something else. White gashes ravaged the canvas, damaging the face beyond repair. What the? I imagined it had once been a painting of a beautiful woman, but there was hardly a trace of that left. Yeah, that's definitely it. The only feeling it inspired anymore was a deep chill. The damage was not accidental. It was deliberate, angry, and the contempt emanating from within the frame was stifling. Thick, suffocating blackness seeped into me. How would anyone...
clips.
She was surely a most beautiful woman. Wonderful. Angelic, even. A storm of questions assaulted me. Who was she? Why had her face been carved up? Why had the painting been covered? What had happened? Who could have... There's only one person who could have done this. Michelle. Why on earth? What? You saw it. What? You're rewatching it?
Yeah, no, I already saw it, but I saw this too. And just like the wording on it.
Mermaid Racing Simulator! My Mermaid was announced! It sure was! We're not gonna tell you anything more, though. It was announced? Where? Who knows?
You raised mermaids.
You saw it, didn't you? You saw the painting, didn't you? You entered my room without permission, and you saw the painting, didn't you? Angelic, you say? There's nothing angelic about that damned woman. I scrambled to make some excuse, but nothing would come out of my mouth. All I could do was tremble. Yeah, he does seem like a very bad I'm sorry. He's being...
The beast.
Why did you enter my chambers?
Meat.
What were you looking for? Answer me. My mouth wouldn't move properly. I couldn't make my voice come out. It's like I wasn't even in my own body anymore. The wisps of air that were drawn into my lungs were expelled as hoarse gasps. My breaths were shallow and rapid. I was inhaling, but I wasn't getting any air. I was terrified. Terrified. Terrified, terrified, terrified. Of his eyes, of his voice, of his feelings, of the knife he was holding up to me. Of the terrible past I was chained to. The man's voice, the man's very flesh, terrified me. What were you trying to find, and what were you planning to do with it? Answer me.
Tell me.
Another thing you refuse to tell me, then. No, I'm trying. Nothing's coming out of my mouth, though. Hello, Catherine. I can't catch my breath.
Shit, you got ready in this part.
Yeah, yeah. We do be. Hello.
We do be knifing and bawling.
I can't breathe. That's fine, though. You don't have to tell me. I have a pretty good idea. An idea? What do you mean? Money is what brought you to the Bollinger estate. And it's what brought you to me, too. There are countless people who would love to see that house fall. And a noble family fears nothing more than disrepute. You were, I presume, approached by someone scheming the Bollinger's downfall. No! And it just so happens, the Bollingers have a very unfortunate secret, one they are quite desperate to keep under wraps. Me. Someone suspected I might still be alive, so they sent you to dig up information about me. My very existence threatens to tear down that house. The cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family. Michelle, who made a pact with the devil, who is supposed to be dead, but is very much alive. You sweet-talked your way into that house and into information about me and my present situation. And you made to trade that information for money. I bet whoever it was put quite a handsome price on it, too.
I noticed something so late, but I noticed it.
Yeah.
You're not using the border.
Oh, you're right. Totally slipped my mind. I mean, it's not really that
No, it's not that important, but it kind of just hit me. Like,
there you go. Border back. Hope you enjoyed your borderless vibes.
Hope you enjoy Michelle and yeah.
Or maybe the one plotting to ruin the Bollinger family is you. No, that's not true. Then enlighten me. Please, hear me out. I didn't know anything about you. I wasn't sniffing around or trying to bring you harm in any way. Then tell me, if that's not the reason you wormed your way into the Bollinger estate, and that's not what you're doing here, then tell me what is. Tell me why you came to this mansion. You want me to tell you about that? Oh wait, that's asking way too much. Tell me. I swear I haven't done anything to wrong you. I simply wanted to make our life together a little more comfortable. To bring some warmth into this frigid relationship we have. It's the only reason I wanted to find out more about you. I must assume I'm right then, Giselle. I must tell me he's wrong. I must tell him I mean no harm. But I can't say anything. A merchant daughter became an Abigail at a noble house? Could you come up with a more obvious lie? Your father's the one who... Wait, how does he know that I'm from a merchant family? You look perplexed. I may be imprisoned in this house, not free to move about as I please, but I have my ways. I know everything. Everything. And he knows about that too. Oh yes, I do know. Please. Don't. In your quest for money. Don't say it! You slept with my father. Oh no. I don't think that's what happened. She was probably assaulted by him. It feels like we zoomed in on Michelle here, Lamau. Noom! Welcome to door 5! I know, right? In that moment, Michelle plunged his knife into my heart. He carved through my chest with those words, causing me to completely lose control of myself. In a panicked frenzy, and probably screaming all the way, I knocked the man aside and ran. I could hear a clap of thunder in the distance. Oh, how I wished a bolt of lightning would come crashing down upon me. Maybe if God burned my tainted flesh with a divine thunderbolt, it would get rid of some of the filth. But the jagged streaks of light cascading across the dark clouds did not strike me, only creating restless grumbles in the sky. Oh god. Why? Knew that if I fled that mansion, I would likely be causing trouble for my mom and sister, but I was helpless to stop myself. All I could do was run from all that threatened me with no regard for the consequences. Before long, small droplets of rain began falling, which soon grew heavy enough to penetrate the forest canopy and reach the ground where I stood. The downpour drowned out my tears and my cries. Because I had rushed from the mansion without even putting on a cloak, each cold winter droplet stung bitterly against my flesh. But the bite of the rain was like a warm embrace compared to what I'd been through before. Michelle had spoken the truth. As much as I wanted to deny it, averted my eyes. Reality was forever engraved in this body. No, no! I want to think about it! But I had no say in the matter. Get out of my head! Yeah. I love that. We love when men assault girls and then are like, she did it! No, I don't even want to read this scene. I honestly don't want to read this scene. Honestly. Like...
You wanna drop?
I'm not gonna drop the game, but we're just gonna...
No, you want to drop?
Oh, yes! I do want to...
Jesus Christ.
I do want to drop that, yes.
I don't want to drop the game. Yep.
3, 2, 1, go! Remember to do exclamation point drop in your favorite emote. Okay, let's see the chaos.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh no, that's a collision right there. Wait. Come on. Yes! Ah! We landed!
In the same space, in the same place.
We fucking did it, bruh. I'm sorry.
Wow.
That's so hype. Anyways. We're just gonna... Okay.
What do you mean?
I
need to perform, Mina.
No!
Perform.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
I refuse.
What do you mean you refuse? You're an artist.
I hate this. I hate it so much. It's giving me the creeps. I cannot.
Go back, I need to read the line.
Fine.
Come over here, Giselle.
Okay. May I ask why you asked me here so late at night, Master?
Take a guess. Oh, I just want to have a little chat. Care for some wine? Come close and I pour you a glass. I had this wine imported from up north. They use very hard water and like it rather tart, so it leaves quite a lasting impression on your tongue. And yet it goes down so easily you can't just seem to stop. What do you say? Have a sip. Or does this expertise as a trader allow you to evaluate a wine's quality without tasting it?
Yeah, because like if you think about it, maybe they were keeping her being a merchant's daughter or whatever like a secret. And he would have all the power over her in that case. No, but,
Please, Giselle, don't trample all over my good graces.
Very well, then. You will have a sip, Master, but no more.
This song plays when the fucked up stuff happens. Thankfully, you only hear it one more time.
Great.
Have you ever considered growing out your hair?
Having long hair made it difficult to do my job.
You're not a merchant anymore, though. You deserve to look like a woman you truly are. I have no doubt long
He's such
hair
a
will
creep!
accentuate your natural beauty.
He's such a creep. This man is a creep. Oh my god. Let me have this! I hate him! Catherine, save me!
It's a gorgeous shade of black, so deep a man could go lost in it for years. It would contrast the color of your skin fabulously. Highlight your eyes, your cheekbones, your nape, your shoulders, and your chest.
I should get going. Bro, I had to do this on stream, so I feel, yes! I'm leaving, bye! I'm fucking shaking Shaking, crying.
Uh,
Shaking and crying right now.
oh, but we're not done talking yet.
I would not want a lack of sleep to interfere with my ability to work tomorrow. Thank you very much for the wine. It was delicious.
No need to be so cold-hearted now. From the moment I first laid eyes on you.
Master! That's enough fooling around for one night.
Now, don't be afraid. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. I simply want to express my love.
Let go of me! I only came here to work, nothing more.
The first time I saw you, I thought it would be tragic waste to leave you to wither away working at some little street-side shop.
Stop!
You can't tell me you didn't know a merchant girl had no place in a house like this, even as a servant. There's only one reason you would be allowed here.
No. I swear it never even crossed my mind.
It would seem you're even more innocent than you look. But you figure it out by now, haven't you?
No, let go of me! Stop this!
Keep your voice down.
Eek!
Do not shout, Giselle. If anyone were to find out about this, you would be on the shouldering consequences, not me.
He's basically like, I can rape you, huh? But...
This is my card, this is a free pass. You're a maid, and I'm the master of the house. Whose word do you think holds more weight? Don't worry, I won't do anything to hurt you. I promise your family will be exceptionally well taken care of. Your mother will have the comfortable life you wanted for her. But you know what will happen if you raise a fuss and make a fool of yourself. Not only will your family not get any of our money, and not only will your sister not get to marry.
By the way, I take everything I said back. Jacopo is actually best boy.
Hell yeah!
I have seen worse now. Look, I'll take Yukimasa over this guy. He was crazy, but at least he killed openly. Jacopo, my favorite piece of shit.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Yukimasa at least knows he's awful. Exactly. He has some introspection. This man is just like, I am awful and I like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just rip off his fingernails, goddammit. Sorry. Keep going. Don't worry. Keep going.
Oh my god. Not only will your family not get any of our money, and not only will your sister not get to marry, you'll all spend the rest of your lives on the streets.
How could you be so cruel? This is blackmail.
Blackmail? For a merchant's daughter, you don't know much about trade, do you? Then let me give you a little lesson about market value. The goods you're after, Giselle. The goods you're after, Giselle, are not cheap. Understand? Now let me see the beautiful body of yours.
Ugh. He was an older man, so I hadn't expected him to be very strong. But I couldn't break free of his grip, and I found myself entirely at his mercy. Beneath the gaudy outfits lay a hungry beast, and I was seeing the creature's true colors for the first time that day. The aging man ran his disgusting, slobbery tongue across my exposed skin. Everything he placed his hands upon withered away. Every piece of flesh he pressed his lips against putrefied, rotted, decayed, rankled. I trembled in revulsion, at which the man laughed, seemingly interpreting it as something else. I wonder what kind of place hell was. If Hell's wardens only flayed and carved their prisoners, I would have preferred that instead. I would have rather been sliced into tiny little chunks and cast into the hellfire. I would have chosen eternal torment over being touched by this man another second. But I didn't get to choose my hell. Eventually, the man forced open the gates I had been holding fast, and spread his festering death inside me.
Listen to me, Giselle. It is in both of our best interests to keep this between the two of us. If you can do that, I'll continue to do good by you and your family. Oh, don't look at me like that, please. I'm thrilled to have you here in this house, Giselle.
I'm just sitting here with the biggest frown on my face. I can't even like if I
Where's
actually
the
had my life
cam?
to yeah, like if I had my life to model, it would just be like scrunched.
Do you want to drop?
Yes. I need a distraction.
You ready?
3, 2, 1, go! I'm dropping my feelings right now. Oh, ah, boop. I love that. It's so good. We like always bump into each other. Oh, it's gonna happen again.
Yeah, because we start at the same time, so it's like really hard not to.
Thanks for your sacrifice.
Live for me!
Live for me, Mina!
I booped you into the pile.
You need a Jacopo emote, CBH. We will get one in the server, for sure.
Well, what was the name of the thingy? Cinematogroscope? What the fuck?
Fuck. A phenakistoscope.
Phenakistoscope. We need that emote.
Yeah, we need a phenakistoscope emote.
She has long since lost her mind, after all. It's torture just being in the same room. And my sons, they hardly ever come home. But you, Giselle, you give color to my dull life. You make it exciting once again. Now, go on back to your room. I'll be waiting here at the same time next week.
I hate. I mean, props to how well written it is, considering that it can make me this repulsed. Like, without even showing anything, really.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank fuck. That's so, like, it's so exploitative. Like, you know, for the most part, to show that visually. So, I'm glad this game did not do that, because it's disgusting, and you don't need it. Like, you really don't. I couldn't escape from that man's grasp. Not when he used my family against me. Some weeks I would just not go to his chambers, my one feeble means of resistance. But when I did that, he would send another Abigail to come find me the next day. I couldn't ignore his summons when he got other people involved. And then, when the two of us were alone, the mask would come off, and he would discipline me for not showing up before taking care of his usual business. On good days, he would leave bruises in inconspicuous places, my abdomen, my inner thighs. But he went as far as carving a word into my skin with a knife. Harlot. That's why I was afraid of knives. I have to say, one of this game's strengths is that while it presents really awful traumatic events, it doesn't feel gratuitous and usually leads to catharsis in some way. Yeah, exactly. That was why I was afraid of men shouting. I wasn't even sure what to regret anymore. I was in far too deep. There was no turning back the clock. I even considered taking my own life on more than one occasion. But every time the thought crossed my mind, happy memories came through with it. Back when it was just the three of us girls in the shop. Life may not have been easy, but it was never dull either. I didn't want to end my life at its absolute lowest point. I wanted, if just temporarily, to go back to the way things were back then. That objective was the only thing that allowed me to keep going. When I was in his presence, I tried to convince myself I was merely an object. I had no emotions, so he couldn't hurt me. So she's disassociating. That's great. Yep. This is, I mean, I will say it's very like, it's focused on her the entire time, which I think is the correct choice to make in situations like this. Because anything that even remotely centers the feelings, the thoughts the perspective of the assaulter for the most part is very gratuitous, right? I think this is definitely the correct way to go about it. To like center her and her pain, right? It was merely a vessel, a construct of flesh and bones. His hands couldn't reach my heart, for it was not connected to my body. Doing that made it a little easier to bear, but the reality was, it was impossible to completely sever my heart from my body. Go on.
You're Giselle, aren't you?
Yeah. One day, the mistress of the estate stopped me in the hall. Okay, this is the mom. She had supposedly once been quite beautiful, but now she was only haggard and bony. Her skin dry, her eyes sunken, her hair faded and stripped of its luster, her head down, her cracked lips barely moving as she spoke.
You didn't see a handbag thing, right?
Huh?
Don't worry, I'm just leaving a meme for later.
Okay. Age didn't appear to be the only thing working its merciless magic on her either. There seemed to be something eating away at her from the inside, too. Something that could burst at the lightest touch. Yes, I am Giselle. Is there something I can do for you? The mistress rarely ever left her chambers. I had been told it had been years since she attended family supper. So what would bring her to come looking for someone like me?
Aren't you...
What? I wasn't sure I wanted to know the answer.
You're having relations with my husband, aren't you? You are, aren't you?
Madam.
Ah, you wretched creature! She was telling me the truth. One of my trusty maids caught a glimpse of your a crack in the door. She saw you with him, you filthy rat. You seduced my husband. You devil, you conniving witch. You don't get it, do you? You don't realize how grievous your sin is, do you? Someone, anyone, restrain this girl. She's a demon, a devil. Tie her up and hand her over to the clergy. No, that won't be enough. A witch, you have to burn her bones, scatter the ashes, or she'll just come back to life. People were yes, execute her. Kill this woman. Burn the witch. Seize the piece she's stolen from me. Cursed. It's cursed. This house is cursed. Not only has it taken away my daughter, now it's trying to take away my husband.
The daughter that she doesn't have!
Oh God, please shine thy cleansing light upon this house.
I knew it would be a waste of breath trying to talk to her.
She's little choo-choo,
she was...
chocolatata.
She was... Yeah. Michelle's parents are a little messed up.
Just a little.
Yeah, you got,
Winsy bit.
Yeah, you got, I don't even want to deign him with a mention.
Who?
And... Yeah, who? We don't know. Nope.
No, who?
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 Who indeed?
Who?
She was not of sound mind. There was some madness in her eyes. I didn't even have to make a fuss about it. It happened all on its own. If there was no way around it, then I should have just done it myself after the first time. Yeah, I didn't have the energy to argue with her, or to cry, or to shout. Before long, a crowd began to form around me and the sobbing mistress, and in it stood him. I assumed he would just stand back and watch, but much to my surprise, he stepped in, with an embarrassed look on his face, to try to settle his wife down and convince her not to have me executed. Maybe he did have a heart after all. Or maybe he just wanted to save face. So what are your theories? I mean...
What do you mean?
We were... yeah, like, I mean, we've been talking about how there was the whole resurrection thing and all that. And how the maid has been appearing, or Giselle has been appearing in all of these stories. And that mayhaps...
So Giselle is cursed with basically not dying, basically.
Yeah, Giselle is probably cursed with like some form of eternal life. And I think Michelle is probably forced to be reincarnated? Question mark?
Mostly as a white-haired freaking girl.
Yeah, we think that the reincarnation of Michelle is actually the white-haired girl. That's
and I think we actually playing as a reincarnation too.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. And if it comes to Michelle, is probably like was raised to be a daughter that the mom never had, and just like mutilated him.
Yeah, probably. Regardless, instead of being burned at the stake, it was decided that I would be sent away to some remote forest. Well, the previous Bollinger family heads had purchased a mansion there long ago, but it had been abandoned because of the stories people told about it. They said a cursed witch dwelled in the house. She had returned to life after being executed, and now skulked about in the darkness. It was the perfect place to banish a sinner. Ready to drop.
Why so entertaining?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, you.
Oh. I have no idea how this one is gonna. Oh, you're gonna push me. I can do it! We're gonna wait.
Do it.
Can we both make
I'm
it?
going to push you more. No.
Come on! No! Thank you.
Nice again. Jesus Christ.
You.
I'm
You are
getting
so
too
good
little
at
for this.
And so, accused of adultery, I was in a carriage on my way out of the capital the next day. I hope my mom and sister are alright. The two of them will believe in me, even if no one else does. The wooden wheels turned, carrying me away to that cursed mansion. Just a silent coachman and his single, sullied passenger. Looking out through the window, I could see the city was slowly fading into the distance behind us. I doubted I would ever set foot on this land again, ever cross the Grand Pont again. It was a saddening reality, but at the same time I felt a surge of relief. I'd finally escaped from that house. I'd finally escaped from that man. The sense of freedom slightly lessened the weight of everything else I was feeling. Yeah, cause obvious. Oh my god, this explains so much. Cause obviously, if he asked the mom about what Giselle did, you would go, "She's a harlot. She's a witch." Like a fucking keyboard smash. Basically. You know. A good while after we left the capital, this coachman handed me a letter. On the sheet of parchment was a rather startling revelation. There was someone else already living at the house where I was to reside. The Bollingers' youngest child. But the letter didn't say why he'd been sent to this cursed mansion, or only that he was there. Beyond that, the letter only made a single request. That I look after him, and not ask any questions. So I'm just being sent off in the middle of nowhere. I still have work to do. If I look after whoever's at the mansion, then they'll do the same for my family? I don't have much say in the matter either way, I suppose. The carriage rattled and shook as it traversed the stony path, and bouncing around inside it, I resolved to take back my life. The peace I had once known, the cheerfulness I had lost, and to do so I would forget. Lock away my memories. Bury every terrible thing that had happened to me. Oh no?
Oh no.
Oh no?
Oh no.
What are you saying, oh no?
Core memories.
Core memories. Cast aside those memories and find my smile once more. I have no idea who I'm gonna find there, but they couldn't possibly do anything worse to me. I'll greet them with a smile, and do my best to build up a decent relationship with them. I'm writing. I'm so excited for you all to have context for all these events. Yeah. I figured since the both of us had been banished to the same cursed mansion, there would probably be other things we had in common. And so, I'd forget it all, and get my life back. Get my smile back. And that was everything that led up to me arriving at the mansion. All the wounds I never wanted to open again. I didn't want to think about that. I've been trying so hard to forget about it. I wanted to forget all about it. So why? Why'd you have to make me remember? All I did was believe. Believe that we could make things work. Why, how could you? God, I can't take it anymore. Aww. Once the memories had broken free, they all flooded back with perfect clarity. Exactly how he ran his hands across me. Exactly where he hit me, where he cut me. Like I was going through it again this very moment. Just having a panic attack, basically. The rain was cooling me down on the outside, but so much nauseating heat had built up in my gut. I vomited all over the ground. I threw up and I threw up and I threw up until there was nothing left out but bile. And when I had nothing left to expel, the strength evacuated from my knees and I collapsed. I didn't know if everything was blurry because of the rain or because my eyes had decided they were done looking at anything. The whole world twisted before me. Michel's no different. My attempts to get close to him, to always keep a smile on. It was all a waste. The look in his eyes was terrifying. Like he didn't believe in anything at all. So he probably wouldn't have believed me if I told him the truth. If he's convinced I have an ulterior motive, there's probably no changing his mind. Such a cold rain. If I lie down here and go to sleep, I wonder if all the warmth will eventually drain from my body. And then I'll decompose and become part of the earth. You know, that might actually be nice. I'd like that. I always thought I didn't want to die. That I wanted to go back to the way things were. But who cares anymore? I did my best after all, and that still got me nowhere. Cheerful Giselle was all just a farce. And when I'm dead, all my worry for my mom and sister will fade away with me. Oh God, I doubt you have a place for me on high. I am, after all, an unclean woman. And I've given up on living altogether. But even if I can't get into heaven, that's okay. I want release. The rain pitter-pattered down through the leaves overhead, chilling my skin. The cold spread through my flesh and onto my bones, my heart and lungs and stomach, freezing me like a block of ice. My consciousness drifted away from me, and the world slipped through my fingers. More than fear, I felt relief. Great job on that, Michelle. You really saved that situation. Woo. Utter black.
Saved.
Like fucking hell. Imagine finding out that, okay, someone did something bad and your thought is, oh, I'm gonna pull a knife on them.
Knife?
Why?
That's pretty ballinger of you.
That's pretty ballinger of you. Your dad did the exact same thing. Good fucking job! And that I was sure was the end of me. But it wasn't. Michelle has some issues. Some issues? You're being a little nice there, Catherine.
That's a freaking understatement.
The understatement of
That's
the
a freaking diagnosis. Paper.
And that, I was sure, was the end of me. I am, even now, putting her through a harrowing experience. Digging up the memories she locked away, the past she wanted to pretend never happened. And laying it all out before her once more. But I must get her back to who she once was. Even if it means forcing her to endure this. A generous amount of issues. A buffet of issues all you can eat. Yeah, that sounds about right. She must remember everything. Because I need to know. Why did she become the maid? And what secrets does this house hold? You're... Michelle. Yes, my name is Michelle. I am not the white-haired girl. The person you were searching for was the man who once hurt you deeply. Me. Why? What was her why referring to? Why I hurt her? Or why I'm here? Or perhaps, why I didn't show up until now? Not having an answer for her, I clench her cold hands in mine. I wonder, were her hands this cold that night too? There's still more we need to see though, and it's still too soon for me to apologize. When she's gotten everything back, only then can I. Once she's reclaimed herself, that is when I must tell her. Now, let us return to our past. Our story has only just begun. No matter what we fought or what we desired, no matter what we lost or how much pain we suffered, we must not shut this door. Aww. Perfect darkness embraces us once more. I can see nothing, not even the woman beside me, but I shall not let go of her hand. I do not want her to slip away from me. I do not want to lose her. Oof. Big oof. Stay with me. Are you alright? Are you alright? Who is this? Ah. Oh, thank goodness you're awake. Oh, this is a new person. Okay. You
How's your head? Can you see me?
What?
You had me scared silly there. I thought I might have lost you for good. I'm really glad you're alive.
Where am I? And who is this man? What was I doing?
You feeling up for any food? I can whip up some porridge for you right quick.
I was in the forest. It was raining. Before that, I was at the mansion. I feel sick. Like there's still something in my stomach. No, thank you. I don't want anything.
You really should have something. You need to keep up your energy. Unless you want to conk out again in an hour.
Sounds good to me. I'd rather never wake up at all.
You're not in the highest of spirits either, it seems. All the more reason to get something warm in you. Please, have something. I've got some milk on the fire. I bet you can handle a cup of that. You start losing all hope once the cold gets that deep in you, which is down to your core. Take me at my word, please. Just one sip. You'll feel like a whole new gal.
Aww. A heart-wrenchingly pleasant aroma wafted up with the steam from within the wooden cup. Succumbing to the sweet smell, I lifted the cup to my lips for just one sip, and the warmth that spread through me brought tears to my eyes. Man. Me too, just now! Me too!
I was just like, oh boy, I think Mina broke at the end there. I was...
I would change the impression of my character, but I can't because the game dies when I try to. Because I think it's the controller, the shift button that starts like skipping, and that's a problem. Also, it doesn't help that my nose is already like blocked, so I'm like.
There's no truth.
I can't breathe. Sorry, I'm okay. I'm okay. That was a lot to read. Okay. It reminds me.
Somebody give me some milk.
Have you ever? Did you? Okay, like a lot of people say a lot of things about that anime, but have you ever watched Erased? And there's this one scene.
Wasn't Erased?
What? The anime.
Wasn't Erased?
Do you not know it?
No.
No, okay, so it's like a horror anime mystery, and there's like this little girl, and she's shown repeatedly to be in a very bad situation, and she's being abused and treated very badly, right? And yes, you know, Catherine, yes. So at one point, the protagonist, the protagonist has been sent back in time to save her, and like he invites her to his home. And upon being fed like a warm dinner, she just starts sobbing, and it's the I'm getting flashes of that in this, and it was so much. Oh my god, bruh, it's like there was a lot in that anime. Like it started to fall apart in the second half, and there was a lot of shit that went on that didn't make any sense. But like that scene is a masterful piece of television. It is absolutely like perfect. I almost knocked over my cup. I'm dying. I'm sorry.
I'm dying. Thank you forever.
My nose is blocked. Okay, sorry. I cried as I cried as I explained the scene. Oh, Lynn, my wife.
Oh wait, she also died. Fuck.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's the reason I watched it. I saw the scene out of context and cried, and I was like, oh god, I need to watch this. Yeah, like, I will say, Erased has a lot of stuff happen, and definitely animated up in that, anyway, but that scene, holy shit.
It's still funny to me that the anime that made me cry the most, right?
Yeah.
Like, that I remember was Hunter x Hunter, which is so weird because it's fucking shonen.
I mean, Precure has made me cry on several occasions.
And like, if somebody knows Hunter x Hunter, it was basically the fucking ending of the freaking ant arc.
Okay, I don't want to spoil too much, but like in Hardcatch, where like everyone is like turned into like to like stone, basically, right? Like everyone. But then the people who have been saved by the characters over like the 40 plus episodes course of the series, they aren't affected by this because they grew stronger hearts because they were already saved once by them, and they grew like a strength and self-confidence, and it was like, fuck, bro. Precure made me believe in love. Anyway. Perhaps there really was kindness in the world. A ripple spread across the surface of the milk. I heard a gentle sigh come from the man beside me. After which he said with a smile, "You should take it easy for the day." Aww. I had lost the willpower to think about anything. I didn't care what had happened to me or why I was here, who he was, or even where this was. I spent the whole day in bed, just watching the sun slowly slide across the wooden floor. I felt like I was somewhere far, far away. At times I felt like a lost child, and at times like a sickly old woman on her deathbed. Watching the sun travel gave me a renewed awareness of the passage of time, and the fact that each moment that went by was another moment I was alive. I realized then that it had been a while since I had gotten more than a brief glimpse at any sunlight. It almost surprised me how colorful the world seemed beneath the sun's light, something I didn't get much of in the Dark Mansion. Only after losing someone do you realize how much you need it. Warm milk, the light shining through the window, and a bed that smelled like springtime. With those three things, my heart slowly began to defrost, and I started to regain the willpower to stand on my own 2 feet. Thank you for everything.
You sure you're in any shape to be on your feet?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm not hurt.
You looked pretty beat up to me. But you look a lot better now. And you're talking a lot more clearly than before.
You've been very generous, despite having never met me before, and for that you have my deepest gratitude. Without your help, I would no longer be in this world.
I don't deserve your thanks. You're alive now because God's guidance made it so.
God.
I came across you early this morning as I was heading into the forest to hunt. Imagine my surprise seeing a young lady like you on the ground in my path. What are you doing in the forest? You don't have to tell me if you'd rather not. Everyone's got their own share of personal problems.
You're not gonna demand I talk?
I have no reason to force you to do anything.
Wow, what a breath of fresh fucking air! In this goddamn house! Gee!
Speaking of G, Giselle. You look like you've been to hell and back.
What?
I could tell just looking at you. Now then, do you have somewhere you can go?
Somewhere to go? Of course I don't. I can't go back to the capital or the mansion.
If not, then why don't you stay here?
Here?
Sure, it's a small village. We're self-sufficient and we all help each other out. No tax-hungry lords, no we build the place up either, so we keep everything we make.
So it's basically a commune then, like if you wanted to put it in normal terms, like in modern terms, to say it like that. Secret little commune. It's actually perfect for.
I hope nobody wants to liberate it. We're pretty remote as a result, and the hearth isn't fantastic, but I'm sure you'll find it comfortable here. The rest of the villagers will be glad to have you.
Bro, man, like I am broken.
Bro, man?
This game has broken me again.
Brock. Oh no.
But to be fair, I cry over basically anything. It's not really it.
I mean...
The game is fantastic and amazing, but me crying is not a surprise. It's like, when will Mina cry? Every time! I just cry. Hope you enjoy that.
What do you say?
Sorry, Mom. What I'm about to do might make the rest of the family's lives more difficult, but I don't want to have to feel any more pain. If I really wouldn't be inconveniencing you, if it's really okay, then yes. This game will make me cry until it hurts, Lamal. I know that feeling. I would like to stay here.
That's great to hear. I was loath to send you back on there in your current condition. I haven't introduced myself yet, have I?
I love how you hesitate. Sorry. You okay over there? You alright? You need some time?
The name's Amadi. Just one lovely villager of many.
I'm Giselle.
Giselle, that's a beautiful name.
Amadei. Oh, that makes sense.
Amadea, Amade.
It's French. I figured it was French. It has an unneeded amount of fucking apostrophes.
Je te polege pas coup. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a vacant house.
So
that,
true,
and you can call
lol.
her home.
I couldn't possibly ask for that. I thought I'd always like it if I just took a house for myself.
That shouldn't be an issue. I'm the village representative, more or less.
Representative? Like the chief?
Only in name, though. As I mentioned, we're not on any lord's map, so I don't have much representing to do. The only reason I ended up in charge is because I'm a bit more educated than anyone else. It was a long time ago, but I understudied with a priest. Because of that, I'm familiar with the Bible's teaching. So rather than a chief, the people of the village look at me more like a priest. Then some started calling me dad, and I told them to stop it. Wouldn't be much of fun if the church found out about that. They're liable to think I'm acting unordinated.
Then you believe in God?
That's quite the question. Of course God exists. He's always watching over us. That's why you survived, because he protected you. I understand your faith can waver when you're going through times of tribulation and trials, but those are the times when it's most important you keep sight of who you are.
Also, boy was I right to title the stream this today. Wow. I was titling it that because like last stream was kind of sad, but
I mean, you can just name it that all till the ending. I think that's would
Sadness
be
Train! Sadness Train Part 2.
Choo-choo.
Sadness Train Part 3. Right.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Now you get some rest.
It's Sadness Train 2, Electric Boogaloo. Sadness Train 3 featuring Dante from Devil May Cry. Sadness Train 4, and now with even more sad and even less train.
And Sonic.
And Sonic.
Who
says fuck? Oh my god, congrats on the 7 months. Get there, wee.
Oh, congrats.
Hello, thank you so much for the subscription.
Let's drop.
Let's drop.
We didn't drop in a while.
Yes. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh no, oh no, that's a problem. Oh no,
oh no,
gonna, oh no,
no.
Oh no, not Cadelli too! Oh no! Oh no! Oh god.
Well, I think, wow.
Lordy. No! And Cadelli isn't making it either. Oh boy. That was just horrible. Hello, Ichigo. Welcome to the sadness train.
Well, we cannot land.
And we can't land in the little pile. Exclamation point drop. Your favorite emote. Thank you for the hip pads.
Oopsie.
Yes.
Oh, hip pads.
Thank you for the hip pads. Okay. Let's keep going.
Have you seen my big date? I have a show and I
can't find them anywhere.
Your hair shouldn't get connected to your head. Gumi and serious. Where is my hair?
Yeah. Yeah, we know these by heart by now.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Tomorrow I show you around the village.
Thank you. I truly mean it. I really, sincerely appreciate everything. Crabby!
Mina, the town's name? Salem.
No! No! Anything but that! I don't need more pain! I don't need this! No! This is pain. Pain.
That would be something, right?
It would be. I'm destroying my voice with all this, honestly, but I don't care.
Wow. Don't mention Giselle. Giselle. This is your village now too, so you don't need to act like a stranger anymore. There's your ID, and there's your gun.
I don't have a gun. So he's Amadei. Seems like a nice man. Maybe here, I can live in peace. It'll be alright, I'm sure.
In one piece.
I wasn't silly enough to believe my life would be perfect, but I had found a tiny fragment of my lost hope. While I had been ready to give up on absolutely everything, I was starting to feel like I might be able to smile again, eventually. Like I might be able to get back on my feet. And in order to do that, I had to cast aside my past once more. Forget everything that had happened at the Bollinger estate, and everything that had happened at that mansion. Forget about Michel. There was one niggling curiosity, though, that I couldn't shake. Something he had said before I left. My very existence threatened to tear down that house. The cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family. Michel, who made a pact with the devil. Who's supposed to be dead, but is very much alive. What had he meant by that? Why would people think he was dead? No, I don't care about Michel one bit. Forget it. Forget everything. Yeah. I'd also want to forget. Oh, we're back to the man, the boy. The menace. The house was as it had always been, wrapped in a thick silence. Giselle's shadow, which had been lurking in the halls for about a month, was nowhere to be found. She hadn't come back since running off that day. My secret was still safe. Her efforts had, in the end, all been for naught. Back to the way things were. But despite my mind telling me that it was for the best, I felt a kind of guilt seething in the back of my chest. And any attempt to figure out why only made me feel worse. But the look on her face then. Please, hear me out. I didn't know anything about you. I wasn't sniffing around, trying to bring you harm in any way. Was that really her just putting on an act because I revealed her scheming? She was screaming, though, and she looked genuinely terrified when she knocked my hand away. I'm not falling for anything. I feel like I know that frenzied panic. Something doesn't add up. Be quiet. Like, see, this is the thing about him, right? He hates his mom that much, but he just takes her word for gospel truth. What? Like, that seems a little contradictory to me, like, as a character. Like, why are you doing this? Don't you hate her? Silence, please. My head was pounding beyond belief. I couldn't stand anything. This world, the creature I was, the witches whispering. The archangel looking down upon me seemed to be cackling from somewhere far out of reach. Why indeed? Yeah. Maybe he just wanted to, honestly. Who knows? So for whatever it was worth to escape from his gaze. I once again drew the drapes over the stained glass window. I think that's a little bit contradictory, unless we get some more context on that. Go on.
Wow, it's someone new!
Hey, where you from? Gonna be here long?
Are you?
Oh.
We hardly even get visitors here, so they downright awestruck by you. You'll be getting a lot of attention for a little, but please don't let it get to you.
No, that's just fine. I'll do my best to get along with everyone.
You got a spark in you that wasn't there yesterday. Anything in particular that cheered you up?
In particular? Once I decided I was gonna stay here, I just sort of started feeling better about things, and figured I couldn't stay gloomy forever.
I seem glad to hear it.
It's all thanks to you, Amadei.
Keep thanking me like that, and my cheeks might get struck red. In any event, I said I'd show you around yesterday, so how about we do that?
Lead the way.
That said, we're a modest little village of about 100. Everyone knows everyone.
For that size, it looks pretty big to me. Amadei taking the lead, we walk through the village, passing by crop fields and milk cows, presumably shared among the villagers. Houses were scattered across an area that seemed far too large for only 100 people. Actually, getting a better look at them, the buildings were dilapidated, looking more like ruins than residences.
Once upon a time, this was a city rather than a village.
When your ancestors lived here?
Oh no, we were drifted fortunate enough to come across some decent looking land, so we stuck around.
How do you know what it was like before then?
There are a few stone tablets left behind, and based on what we were able to extract from their text. This area used to be a large city with a booming economy rivaling that of the capital. There weren't hundreds but thousands of people bustling about, merchants from afar come in droves. It was much like how the capital is now. Actually, this area was more open to foreigners. People of all different races, speaking as many different languages. It was evidently quite the sight. And sound.
I had no idea there was a city here.
That's what happens when a place is wiped from history. I couldn't tell you how reliable the tablets are. But if you take them at their word, this city lost everything in just a single week.
What?
People, crops, livestock, all dead. Maybe it was natural disaster, a famine, a plague. I can't say for sure. This is what the tablets said, though. I've been cursed by the witch.
I saw that.
You saw that?
There was a little flash or something.
Of something?
Cursed by the witch. I didn't quite see what it was. It went by a little too quick.
Look over there. You see that river? There used to be a magnificent bridge crossing it, but there's hardly anything left of it. If you continue along the path beyond the fallen bridge, there's a forest. That's where I found you. The deeper parts of the forest are so dense you can't see anything but tree trunks and leaves. It's an eerie place, wrapped in a cloud of darkness. If you make it through that, there's a mansion, which is said to be cursed. The witch who supposedly destroyed the city lives in the house deep in the forest. She's been there for years and years, and she casts her curse on anyone who gets near it. The city was so large that the mansion was actually in its borders. My guess is the bridge was built to mark the road leading to it. Now, as you can see, the bridge is gone, and the houses still standing are practically in ruins. But the mansion alone looks just as it did back then. The witch living in the mansion goes by the name Morgana.
But also, like, at the same time, like, I'm still completely blindsided as to what the identity of this supposed Morgana character is gonna be. Is it just gonna end up...
character. That's different, just like a character we didn't see yet.
Of course I understand that it's a character we didn't see yet, but what I mean is, like, is it a character we didn't see yet, or is it just like a phantom made up by people?
I think it's a character we didn't see.
Yeah, because I'm just saying.
The witch living in the mansion goes by the name Morgana. According to the records, someone by that name was executed in the area for witchcraft.
Well, you were giving so much. I love your commentary, Catherine. Amazing.
The lexicon on
the lexicon on that lady. Reference.
And even in that, she continues to bear her grudge against mankind.
Lamau. Well, I can't say I think it's funny. Just spam thinking emojis. I appreciate you. I love you. You're the best. I'm so happy to have you in these.
Though.
Yeah, I love having you in these streams. Honestly, it's great.
Truth or fiction, the story has taken root in this region. The city history may be lost, but the legend of the witch continues to be told.
Bro, I'm so happy you say that. That makes me so happy.
Oh no, don't cry.
I won't cry. I got
People
it
have
out.
tendency to keep stories alive. Don't scare them. No more left in the tank.
No more left in the tank.
Needs to drink water.
Yep. To fill up
Sorry, I
tank.
didn't mean to disturb. Directly into eye to just make it faster.
That's gotta hurt. If you put like just plain tap water in your eyes. That's not sanitary.
I'm refilling my tears.
Good. No, I'm
I
fine.
didn't want to cry. Get them back. You're best staying away from the mansion in the forest, at any rate.
Oh yeah, I am. The guy who lives there wants to kill me.
There's no saying what might happen if curiosity gets the better of you.
I hope that the way we're absolutely butchering this game sometimes is not enough to ruin the experience.
Oh boy. Better safe than sorry, if you ask me. Aside from the mansion, this is a peaceful village, as you'll find.
Also, I find it interesting, right? That even in the fake story, right? The white-haired girl like woke up again after supposedly dying. So that had to be like reality kind of slipping through there. You understand what I'm saying? Like in the fake version of the fourth door,
I hear
right?
the words you're speaking.
Yeah. So in the fake version of the fourth door, when the white-haired girl, fake Giselle, dies, you know, she dies, and then Michelle goes on to die, and then she wakes up again, like somehow having miraculously survived. And I just thought that was interesting how it mirrors this scene of the real Giselle, you know, like resulting herself to death, but then living on despite that, I guess. Like I thought that part, like that ending to the story, might have been like Giselle's like real memories seeping into the fake story. Is all. I just thought it was interesting. That was it. Did you read
Aside from the mansion, this is a peaceful village, as you'll find. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you came from, but I'm glad you didn't end up wandering up there.
I know all about the mansion and who lives there. I was
How?
there after all.
Oh.
With Michelle for a full month. But I don't remember any cursed witch. Just a man with a bone-chilling glare. Maybe the rumors about a witch living there were spread by him, or perhaps even his family. I could see them doing that, but none of that matters to me anymore. I'm never going anywhere near that house again. The witch's curse, Michelle, they're nothing to me. I'm glad you find it hilarious. Because we are a very cursed combo. But nowhere else to go, I ended up in this small village.
That's one way to phrase it.
Curse combo! There's no denying that there was very little to speak of here. But I found peace in that nothingness. I couldn't have been more blessed that such a kind man had found me and welcomed me into his village. The village ran entirely on its own crops and livestock. They had no currency, merely bartered among themselves. Coming from a merchant's family, everything felt so new. I had never plowed a large plot of land, milked a cow, or used a loom before. At first I wasn't sure what to think, being such a departure from my lifestyle in the capital. But over time I grew more comfortable with my new life, and the people of the village started thinking of me as one of them.
Come on, Giselle, come play with us.
We're playing hide and seek today! Can't, sorry, I'm spinning yarn.
You can do that later.
Come on, play with us! Stop that! Don't pull on my skirt! Alright, you win. When I'm done with this, I'll join you.
And no ditching. We'll be down on the square, okay?
Got it. See you there.
The kids have taken quite a liking to you.
Amade. You think so?
You've been incredibly lively since you arrived. Children are more sensitive than adults.
Sensitive?
They're very perceptive of how others are feeling. If you begrudgingly play along, they'll pick up on that quickly. You like children, that's a wonderful thing. There's not a good woman in the world who dislikes children.
Bruh. Well, I mean, I understand the sentiment, because it's like... Yeah. I do think it's a little bit weird if you're just like, I hate children, and I want them to die, kinda. Like, that's a little weird, you know? Like, it's okay to be like, I'm not good with children, but like, being like, I hate children, it's like, that's a little much. That's a little. Just a tip.
Yeah, but on the other hand...
Yeah. I can understand it. Why, thank you. I don't think it's so much that I like them, as I'm kind of like a big kid myself. I genuinely enjoy hide and seek, but that's not gonna earn me any points.
I like kids too. Watching them, it gives me faith that this world has a bright future.
A bright future? I'd never looked at them that way. They seem to like you quite a bit too, Amade.
Thanks. I thought I'd rather give my affection to my own kids.
Oh? You have children?
Oh heavens, no. I thought that was obvious enough. I'm talking about the future.
I see. But knowing you, Amade, I'm sure you'll find someone right for you and have kids of your own in no time.
It's not that easy, sadly. Even in such a small village, there are no ladies who would take interest in me.
Oof. You don't give yourself enough credit. I'm fully confident you'll find someone soon enough.
You really think so?
Absolutely.
Then perhaps you could be that person.
Pardon?
You walk yourself straight into it, Giselle. Like...
Yeah. Well, I mean, it has been mentioned that she's quite innocent. Like,
I know, but like...
I would also be completely oblivious.
I won't pressure you into it, of course. But I think it would be marvelous to have you in my life in a bigger way.
But it's a little soon for me to start thinking about settling down like that.
It's pretty sudden, I admit. Like, all the time you need to consider it.
Alright. I have to go play with the kids now.
Have fun.
I wonder if he really meant it. Amade is a nice fellow, and I'm sure living here would be wonderful. But I can't help feeling something isn't right here. Why am I thinking about him now, of all times? That man has no redeemable qualities, not one. As it turned out, Amade was serious about his proposition, and he brought it up every time we ran into each other. Unable to give him an answer, I found myself constantly apologizing to him. Soon winter started giving way to spring, on a day when the air still had a brisk winter bite and budding seedlings battled to break through the earth. The seams holding the village together began to come loose. Okay, here we go. What is it? That day, the village men were gathered in the square, talking. They all had stern looks on their faces. It was clear that something had happened. I obviously couldn't stick my head in, so I waited until they were done and called Amade. While it was rather awkward, it was still more comfortable asking him for information than anyone else.
Actually...
With a dejected look on his face, he started explaining.
A lord found out about this village.
What?
And he said he's going to place this land under his rule. And he'll start collecting taxes. In addition, he also demanding we pay 5 years' worth of back taxes for unauthorized use of the land.
What? That's ridiculous!
Yes, it more centrally is. We obviously don't have enough means to pay 5-year taxes. There's no reason for him to take over this village at all. We're completely isolated from the surrounding area after all. But if we resist, we could send soldiers. But it doesn't matter how absurd his claim to the village is. We have no choice but to comply. Bullying taxes!
That's terrible. What are we gonna do then?
Oh, we're just gonna kill the Lord, that's easy.
We should.
We're just going to do as the Lord demands. The 5-year taxes will have to be paid in installments. Some of the men suggested we abandon the land and find somewhere else. But it would take time to cultivate the land and plant new crops. It's no trivial task. We just have to make do with these changes. We'll use more of the land to grow and try to be more efficient. Will you help in the fields?
Of course! This village is my home now, too.
Thank you, Giselle. Oh my god.
Yeah.
This village turns out to be MLM scam.
No! Not the MLM scams! Again!
It will be difficult, but if we all pitch in, I'm sure we can get through this. And we gather kulipas.
Sad. I thought the same thing. If we all work together, we can make it through this rough patch. But the collection of taxes brought more than just a burden for everyone to share. It brought emotional strain and conflict to the village, too.
Your family has more hands to work to the fields.
I have a sickly child. You expect him to work any harder than he is?
I know you're hiding grain in your cellar.
You have more than us. Let us keep a little grain.
You have more.
No, you have more.
You both have more than us. Oh boy.
When their comfortable lives fell under attack, the villagers' top priority became their own property. The cooperation was only temporary. Before long, everyone became a threat. The negative energy only built on itself, its growth accelerating like a boulder rolling down a hill.
What a nice commentary.
Yeah, and it wasn't long before their sights fell on me, the outsider.
What a nice commentary, like holy fuck.
Yeah.
Come on, get moving.
Ow! Stop that! Why are you doing this?
I stopped once you've told us everything.
Told you every what? One morning, a man dragged me from my house and took me to the square. There, the entire rest of the village was gathered, all eyes on me. What? What's this about?
Oh, don't play stupid. We all know it was you.
What was me?
The thief.
Amadei? From the crowd appeared someone I knew quite well. The ever-affable village representative. The man who had saved my life. But in his eyes now
I thought you were better than that.
was contempt, anger, scorn. So many different shades of negativity. I recognized what I saw in his glare immediately, as someone who had been subjected to those looks before. But why? For what reason was he looking at me like that? I couldn't make sense of what was happening, so I just stood there stupefied.
There has been raising reports of people having things stolen lately. This village is too small to attract bandits, though. Since the Lord now demands we pay him taxes, even the smallest item lost can have dramatic impact on the family living conditions. What you've done is no joke.
She hasn't done anything, though. I love these stories getting really fucked up. I love it every time. God damn it. Well, wait just a second. I haven't stolen anything. What do you think I...
You have been seen in the act.
What?
So long as there is testimony against you, your guilt is assured.
Who says they saw me? I swear I didn't do anything. They're obviously lying.
You're the one who's lying. You've been playing us for fools this whole time.
Everything was fine until you showed up.
I managed not to get found until you showed up.
No, that's not my fault.
Giselle, apologize to the village and return what you've taken.
Amadei, don't you believe me?
There are multiple witnesses. Several different people saw you stealing. I've known these people long enough to be family, and I trust them like family too. They're not liars.
But no, they're framing me. I didn't steal anything, I swear.
Framing you? Now you want to put this on us, woman?
Unbelievable. Have you forgotten we welcomed you into our village? Amade, please believe me. You of all people should believe me.
You've been avoiding me of late, haven't you?
What?
You got something to hide, correct?
No,
What other reason could you have to avoid me?
Why? How can you say these things? Why won't he believe me?
Now return the things you've stolen.
I can't! I never stole anything! How am I supposed to return something I don't have?
I see, so you've already moved the stolen goods. She says she doesn't have them anymore, folks. How should we deal with this? Rough her up till she talks.
Yeah, she's not getting off that easy.
Give us back our property!
Why is this happening to me? The harsh new rulership has driven these people mad. I need to get away from this village, quick.
Restrain her!
No, get your hands off me!
Have you forgotten everything we've done for you? All that matters is that you don't have to suffer, is that it?
I didn't do anything!
Take her to my house. You make her tell us everything.
No, stop. You've all gone mad. Please come to your senses. With men on all four sides of me, I was dragged into Amade's house. He sat coolly in a chair and they shoved me to my knees before him.
I'll ask you one more time, Giselle. Where did you put the things you stole?
And I'll keep giving you the same answer. I didn't take anything from anyone. Please believe me.
You swear, with God as your witness.
I do, I swear, with all my heart.
You don't actually believe her, do you, Amadi? She's not only sold us out to Lord, she's now threatening to make our life downright impossible.
Again, that's just a coincidence. Listen to me, Amade.
Thus say the Lord of Hosts, to whom hath committed 3 sins. She has lied, she has stolen, and she has betrayed her fellow men.
Why are you doing this, Amade? You were such a good man.
I am deeply disappointed in you, Giselle. As much as I don't want to do this, I have to get truth from you.
Amade? Of course, why didn't I see it? I'm still just an outsider to them. Would he believe a stranger's word over the word of the village, his family?
The water.
A man set a wooden well bucket on the floor in front of me. In it wasn't clean water from the well though, but grimy, murky wastewater. I reflexively turned my head from the stench, but a man behind me grabbed me by the hair. Before I had a chance to realize what was happening, the world around me went brown. Oh great, so I struggled with all my might to break free, but my arms were tied behind my back, and I didn't have the strength to overpower the man holding my head down. Reflexively gasping for air, a stream of filthy water poured into my mouth.
Pull her out. We get nothing if she dies. Put her back in. And keep it until she decides she's ready to talk.
No! Yeah.
How unsightly. And to think I ever considered marrying this woman.
Stop. Yeah, it's like... Basically, yeah. It's frightening.
You can stop whenever you want, Giselle.
Like, because this is like really like 9 times out of 10, like, men are all the same, especially if you consider the, culture at the time.
Yeah.
Really, women are only not objects to them when they want to get something out of her, and then when she has served her purpose, she's back to being a filthy object that you can just do with whatever you want. That's...
You just have to tell us the truth.
It's so true. Yeah, it hurts. Please! Help. Oh my god. Stop! I was given no time to rest. My head shoved into the bucket, then pulled out just long enough for me to steal a breath before going back in, over and over again. Not a person in that room objected to the abuse I was receiving. I had prayed for a good harvest with these people. They had taught me how to use the loom, something I'd never touched before. We had laughed together, lived together. They were normal people. Perfectly ordinary, kind, helpful, friendly people. Not at all cruel or inhumane. But now they burned with a frenzy that overshadowed all my memories of them. And every gargle, gasp, and grunt they got from me fueled that fire. Dozens of eyes laced with madness stared down upon me, rejoicing at my suffering. My consciousness was slipping away from me. Thought I could hear laughing and chattering, but it all passed through my ears as mere noise, nothing I could make sense of.
Stay with me.
Amade?
Oh, thank goodness you're awake.
Wait, what was I just doing? Oh, right. I was in the forest on the verge of death, then Amade found me and...
We almost lost our valuable manpower there. We're just discussing what to do about you, Giselle, and we decided to make your village property.
Oh, no. No, he didn't save me!
If you agree to work for us, we'll pull this whole nasty mess behind us. You may be worthless in the fields and terrible with a loom, but there's plenty you can help with.
What are you gonna make me do?
You like to get your hands dirty. And considering I found you half dead in the forest, I doubt the rest of you is any clearer.
Amade?
It seems we've come to an agreement. I'll keep watch over her starting today, to make sure she's staying in line and doesn't steal anything else.
Dirty. Stays in line. The way they're looking at me. They didn't have to spell it out. No! Anything but that. Please have mercy.
If you're begging for mercy, that means you know you've done something wrong.
Bro.
Let's see, there is one way, Giselle.
What?
Give back what you stole, naturally. But if you're going to insist that's not possible, then bring us something of equal value.
I...
And if you can't do that, then your life belongs to the village.
The men were cackling. They knew I couldn't do it. And they were enjoying watching me squirm.
Take your pick, Giselle.
Something of equal value. If I can get that, then you'll set me free. In that moment, a little bit of darkness bubbled up in my heart. Something maleficent whispered in my ear. If you're in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture. There's a village not far from here. Trade it for food, then make your way to a larger town. I think I know where you can get something worth some money. The mansion in the forest has some fairly valuable furniture in it. Oh god. When did I become... You can steal some of that to sell for good money. Such a despicable woman.
You mean the cursed mansion? Expect us to go there? Are you out of your mind? Anyone who goes near that house is killed by the witch's curse.
There is no witch living there. There is no curse.
Giselle, what do you know about that mansion?
I lived there for a while. Well, for a month.
You what?
The son of a noble lives there. He's human, and he's alone.
A noble? What's a noble boy doing that far from the city?
I presume he was banished there. I was sent to the mansion from the capital to act as his servant. There's plenty of value in that house. Shelves, lined with books. There should be more than enough to pay the Lord 5 years' worth of taxes.
Is what you're saying is true?
I would not lie. As bewilderment spread through Amade's house, I was unable to look at anything but the floor. I couldn't stop trembling. To protect myself, I had sold out Michelle.
You swear there is just a single man living in that house?
Yes, it's only him.
Alright. If it turns out you're lying, you'll pay.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, you heard her. Tell all the young men to get ready. You're going up to the mansion in the forest. And just to be safe, make sure everyone brings something they can use as a weapon. And you, Giselle, you're coming with us. You'll be leading the way.
This can only end well!
Listen to me. Don't think about trying to run.
Right.
Oh boy. Sweats.
Sweats. On the cusp of springtime, I found myself trekking through the dreary forest I had thought I would never set foot in again. How had I ended up here? How come I could never manage to avoid getting myself in these situations? And who would have guessed that my reason for returning to the mansion would be to loot it? I prayed for God to show even a little mercy and ensure Michelle wasn't around. Though I knew the chances of that happening were almost zero. After several hours of walking, we broke through the thick woods and the mansion appeared before us. Like its surroundings, the house was bleak and uninviting. Even the midday sun seemed disinterested in shining its light upon it. Despite on the surface there not being much of anything impressive about it, the entire mob stood speechless before its overwhelming presence. But the men had weapons, and they were fueled by avarice, which gave them the courage to approach this place. They wouldn't normally otherwise.
Door won't open. I think it's barred from the inside. It would seem someone really does live in this cursed place. I am honestly surprised. Even more so that it's not a witch, but just a noble. But there's always, we could break it down.
Yeah, let's bust it down! Hold on, there's no need to be barbaric. Did you even consider knocking on the door like normal people? You sound like a band of thieves!
That's something else coming from you. What do you think proposed this plan, Giselle? You!
And you're really gonna blame that on her, wow.
Alright man, you ready for the lies of luxury? Break down that door.
Stop it!
It's the damn nobles who makes our life so hard.
They deserve to be robbed.
Break it! Break down the door!
Please stop this.
Break it down! Break it down! Break it
Break
down!
it down! Stop!
Everybody do the flap.
Fucking hell, Argo. All
What?
their repressed emotions detonated. They battered the door again and again and again. And in a few minutes' time, it was on the verge of collapse. They shouted and cheered and hooted like madmen, as my peaceful life came crumbling down around me. Growing lightheaded from the anxiety, I squeezed my eyes shut, unable to bear it any longer, when the deep groan of a door opening echoed through the forest. It would seem you are not aware of whose house you're trying to break into.
Yo,
Yo.
this is me, your 5-star noble.
5-star noble. Extremely rare. The world went silent, like time had come to a stop.
Wait,
No one
Mina,
could
where's
manage.
where's the candle?
Where's the fucking candle? Not my Michelle, hashtag. No one could manage to say a word, only stare at the man who had appeared from within the mansion. Surely you know what this place is called. Beneath the dazzling midday sun, he had bone-chillingly alabaster skin and long, nearly translucently pale hair. Surely you came prepared for whatever you would find. In his eyes were like two blazing infernos staring out across the mob.
A demon.
Michelle is so dramatic, and for what? I know, right? Someone muttered, probably unconsciously. He did indeed look like something not of this world.
It's a demon. The rumors about this place were true. A cursed demon lives here.
Demon? Him? Michelle? No, he's not Indeed, I am cursed. The witch's curse is real. I have inherited it in its entirety, as well as her purpose. Gee, man.
Nice.
Way to be
Nice.
dramatic about it.
Nice.
A witch, a demon, a spirit impure. Call me whatever you wish. For the truth shall not change. I carry within me an eternal curse. Behold my flesh, as pale as the moon. No red blood flows beneath the skin, as it does yours. Behold my hair, utterly devoid of color. Offered up to the devil
my
as
God.
part of our pact.
He prepped.
Yeah?
He prepped that speed.
He prepped!
Okay.
He practiced
the mop
all
is
week.
Here. The mop is here. Okay. It was
Yeah.
okay. Got it.
My makeup on point? Yeah, go, let's go.
Yeah, good. The candle is down? Okay, good.
He really did, yeah. Behold these crimson eyes, a symbol of the lifeblood split at my hands. I shall bring calamity upon you as the witch of legend. Never-ending famine, plague, catastrophe, suffering for generations. Until the moment of your deaths, you shall regret ever coming near this place.
Now have mercy. We were just... It was that woman, she brought us here, tempted with the promise of wealth. Deceived us, told us to build this house, we're innocent. Fucking...
Amade! What?
She told us to commit a crime, we're innocent.
I get it! Bro!
Bro, what the fucking line?
What are you...
Oh my fucking
Give
God.
her to me then, as an offering.
Absolutely, she's yours. Torture her however you please.
I have one more condition. You never come near this house again. If you so much as consider it, you will all die by my curse.
I swear it, we won't return. Run, get out of here!
I can never get over how much I actually do like Giselle's design. Like I love those ribbons. They're so pretty. I'm sorry. It's like if I could do a Mina redesign completely, I would have those like side ribbons on my sleeves.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Maybe one day in the future. Teehee. Without as much as a glance back, the villagers scrambled into the forest, and Amade, the man who had rescued me that line, went right along with me. Is there kindness in the world? I wasn't sure what to think anymore. Don't think I'm helping you. His voice rained down on me, but I couldn't lift my head. There was such a gaping void in my chest. I had no idea what questions I should be asking anymore. What I should be angry about. What I should be sad about. Not even the first clue. Look at me. Look at me, Giselle. Tell me.
Wow.
Is it true you returned to the mansion to plunder it?
Dramatic
He
pose.
has really long hair. Like, it's longer than even I thought.
It's Jin Long.
Oh, Catherine, I'm definitely wanting to cosplay this version of Giselle. It's so pretty. I love it. And it looks comfortable, too. That you brought those men here to rob me of my valuables. Answer me, Giselle. Yes, it's true. I persuaded them to steal from you. Are you really so desperate for money that you resort to looting? Just how low will you go? Not only did you seduce my father, not only did you go digging around for information about me, you brought a mob to this house.
That was psycho.
And they were armed too. Were you trying to get me killed? Answer me, Giselle. Not even going to defend yourself? Your scheme failed and you're retreating into silence? Oh, for God's sake, you sicken me. I'm done with you, I'm done! Leave this place and never show your face here again. As he shouted at me and I stared into his fiery red eyes, a somewhat inappropriate thought crossed my mind. Huh, so you can get emotional like anyone else. And my heart stripped raw and cast out to sea, finally sunk deep enough to be crushed by the pressure. Me? What? If you want me gone, then kill me!
Fuck.
You can do that, can't you? You can use your curse to kill me, can't you? Then do it right here. Use your power, take my life. And if you don't want to do that, stab me with your knife. Kill me. Kill me, just kill me.
What?
I'm done. I can't take it. I'm through with this whole world. No one will believe anything I say. No one cares one bit about how I feel. They just walk all over me, laughing. Why? Tell me, why? Why is this happening to me? I never stole anything. Oh my God, like I just realized, like, he's just like faltering now. He's like now it just looks like he's about to fall.
Oh fuck, how do I deal with that?
What are you talking about?
I was
tried
not
my best to look happy. I thought everything would work out if I could keep smiling.
Michael,
I believed that would make things better.
Michael just goes back, goes into manual, like, what the fuck was that now?
But nothing ever got better. What did I ever do? Tell me, what did I do? All I did, all I ever did was believe. Try my best to survive, to always wear a smile. But if everything's gonna be my fault, and I have to deal with that for the rest of my life, then I'm done. I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live in this world anymore. Calm down, please. I don't follow what you're saying. My understanding is that you desired money, so you brought that mob. And before that, you used my father. It's like the cogs are turning.
Let me just wait. So that was a fucking. I was
so
not prepared for this scenario.
Yeah.
I rehearsed this.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe me even if I told you the real story. You'll take your family's word over mine. You don't have any idea what I went through there. How hard it was just to keep myself together. What?
I
never wanted riches. All I wanted was a decent enough wage to allow my family to live comfortably. That's all I wanted. But that man, he used my family against me. He made me. She's reading him for filth on Maine, and he's so confused. The way I adore him, he's the best. Forced me to. He raped me. What? Yeah. Again and again, no matter how much I resisted, he wouldn't stop. Again and again, he threatened me, beat me, cut me with a knife, over and over and over again.
What?
What? My father raped you? No one would believe me. I did nothing wrong. You don't believe me either, do you? Oh, he does. So I'm done. I don't want this body anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. Can't take it anymore. Help me, please. Set me free. Kill me. Kill me already. Use your curse and kill me. Oh my god. I feel Give me a moment. He's like, this was the last thing I expected to happen. This is the weirdest Tuesday of my life. I need
this
time
own adventure is weird.
to process this. You can do it, can't you? Then kill me already. Kill me now. Kill me, damn it. Give me time so we can talk this through. I want to hear everything from the beginning. Yeah, control of the situation ripped out of his hand.
Yes. Look at my dramatic pose. Oh fuck. No.
Oh my god. Inside. Let's go inside and talk. The light hurts my eyes. He's like, I can't see anything. Can we please go inside? He's just like blinking.
Actually, I think my hand went asleep. I cannot move it.
Yeah. I think I locked in my muscles.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That was a door. I might have best let stay shut. Not knowing the truth would have been so much easier. I wouldn't have been made to shudder in disgust, hearing about the crimes of my own family. But if I hadn't opened that door, I would have lost everything. That day, after far too long, I finally let myself see the person in Giselle. Giselle didn't recover for some time after I managed to get her inside. Not sure what else I could do for her. I had her sit before the fireplace and waited in silence as she sobbed. I had no idea what one was supposed to say to someone who was crying. Was it normal to offer them a warm drink? I didn't know. I did know I needed to reflect on the things she had said outside and try to make sense of them. And from there, calm myself down and prepare for the conversation we were to have. As unpleasant as I was sure it would be. A considerable amount of time later, Giselle's sobbing drew to a stop, an oppressive silence stepping in to take its place.
Hi.
Hi. This is honestly a good stopping point.
Yes.
Yeah,
We should.
it is. It is. Yeah. I must admit that I definitely overworked my voice a little there, but I was just
No.
It was so powerful.
No.
I'm sorry. It was so good. Like I just rolled with it. I'm sorry. Thank you guys so much for joining. Even as we went a little over time. And no, I'm not gonna power. Catherine, you weren't here for the beginning of the stream, so I'll just reiterate. I got sick. I hope the voice acting wasn't too jarring. I did my best. I'm not an actual.
Let's not talk about what you were doing before the stream.
Let's not talk about me sitting with Argo and just singing along to music against my better judgment.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay, I know my voice sounds fine, but I can like feel.
What do you mean? Why is Jacopo not your favorite character?
How dare Jacopo not be
How
your
dare you?
favorite? We're gonna wait Edina again, because she's just so nice being live at this time. She's playing Gimshim.
Wow, that's good. That's going to leave an impact.
That's going to leave an impact. Thank you guys so much for joining for the stream. We'll be back for Wednesday with some Sowool hackers, and then I'll be taking quite a long time off, sadly.
I wonder why.
So Argo is flying his real life ass body over to my house, and yeah, he'll be here in his whole flesh tuber self.
What the fuck?
I love that word, flesh tuber. It's so cursed.
No, that's fucking.
Yeah, but we will be back with this game, and just so you know, I'm in, like, as much as I was complaining, it's just it was like legit.
I'm legit interested. I'm legit interested if you freaking hashtag Twitter with FleshTuber, how fucking much you do.
Yeah, if it'll get into the wrong community,
how fast it will diverge.
How fast it will leave its target audience.
Maybe the target audience was never the one you expected.
But yeah, thank you so much. Send on a good old Mina raid to Edina, and I will see you guys. Hashtag FleshTuber, and I will see you guys in a few days. Goodbye.
Yes, Mina.
Oh, yes, Mina.